Good afternoon, everybody. I'm joined today by Joel Fritzma.
Hello.
I'm Ryan. We got Ben and Nate in here as well, who are currently chasing out near the Jackson, Ann Arbor area. We got those guys out there on some storms, tracking those. Nothing currently is severe in the state, but these storms continue to strengthen. We figured go ahead and hop on here and just give some areas, just to kind of keep an eye out. So if we look across the state here, number one area we're going to point out is right here in the southern part of the state. We have this big old complex here that is pushing up in towards southeast Michigan. This appears to be the strongest as of this time. Taking a peek at velocity, there's a statement out there currently for Branch County. Expires in 5 minutes, but it's for 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts and pea-size hail. So it's not quite severe, but 50 miles per hour is getting close to it. You can see here on your velocity, looking at the wind speeds here, it's a widespread pocket here of about 50 to 60 or so. So that's going to be the strongest that we're kind of seeing here as that pushes in toward Eastern Branch as well as Western Hillsdale. After that, though, animating this radar, we're going to see these storms all the way through northeastern Indiana. They are pushing up towards southeast Michigan over the next hour or so. So Lenawee, Monroe, Washtenaw, Wayne, Jackson, you guys all should be on alert for that. Again, nothing is currently severe in the state, but that is going to be the strongest. Going north here towards the Lansing area, we have these pop-up showers that were modeled here very well, and they've developed, and they're continuing to push east-northeast here towards Charlotte, Lansing, Olivet. Battle Creek here looks to be missed by the majority of this, but you're still going to get some rain there. Looking at our velocity and stuff like that, nothing too impressive with this line at this point. That could change. There's a pocket up here, but could be some heavier wind gusts there. Again, that's not severe. Just looking at potential areas of stronger gusts and pockets of heavier wind. These blue boxes here indicate a special weather statement. So it's the tier below a severe warning here. And it's going to include wind gusts in excess of 40 miles per hour, as well as pea-size hail. So again, that's going to be a little bit weaker than the ones down here in Branch County currently. But still, 40-mile-per-hour winds do mean, or 40-mile-per-hour winds means that the storm is on the stronger side of things, just not at this point severe, okay? Going further north here toward the Tri-Cities, Midland, Bay City, Saginaw, additional development here is underway. Again, nothing here, catches our eye in terms of our wind velocity, stuff like that. We're going to watch these all the way up here through West Branch. We have some other storms up here that are, again, not severe. They're not statemented. But we do have some pop-ups there with a lot of lightning and some gusty winds and heavy rain. And then also out ahead of this line through southeast Michigan, through the Thumb, like Flint, Brighton, Ann Arbor, those areas here, they do have quite a few pop-ups. I just had one here at my house that dumped rain in about a 10-minute period, about 0.2 of an inch. So it's a really heavy rain, had a rumble of thunder. And the winds actually did pick up a little bit there, but not severe. That'd be this storm right here. That'd be about where I live. But any one of these pop-ups across southeast Michigan, though, we have some here, Sterling Heights, we have Oxford Charter Township, Livonia, Ypsi, like any one of these pop-ups is going to cause brief heavy rain and some lightning as well. But overall, we're going to hop on here. We're going to relax for a second while there's nothing too major happening. And we're going to be live here just because strong storms are still strong, just not severe just yet. But we're going to hop on here and be ready for it. If anything does happen to go severe, which you do expect at least a couple warnings here in the state today. Expectation. We'll see if that happens, though.
Yeah, we broke our own little kind of rule of we go live when we're going severe, but today, just in case, there is strong storms out there currently existing for much of eastern Michigan, as Ryan pointed out. So it's good to go over them right now, kind of as a precursor to what could be coming for some of the areas in the Thumb and southeast Michigan. Again, this is the start of our potential wall-to-wall coverage for this evening. So if you haven't yet, hit the like button. Feel free to follow us on Facebook and subscribe for free on YouTube. You can watch on either platform today. We are live simultaneously on both. And we also have our Chaser Partner Network members out there today. Right now, only person live is Ben, who's up there in the top corner at the top of the screen. Currently looking at some sunshine. Wasn't a downpour earlier, but going towards some more storms out there in southern Michigan.
Ben is currently north of Jackson on 127 heading toward Lansing is what current location on Ben, for those of you wondering. I'm sitting out ahead of this stronger line here at home base. I'll head out there, but still looks strong as it approaches me. We got our camera set up at our respective home base positions. You got Joel in Isabella County, myself in Lenawee. So we have some stationary cameras out there as well to get you guys a view.
Another little bit of housekeeping, if you guys don't have like a way to get warned today, we do have the emergency Red Cross app that we like to point out every once in a while. Not sponsored, of course, but we always want to make sure that you guys are safe from severe weather. So that's a good app right there in case your wireless emergency alerts don't work on your phone. And again, those wireless emergency alerts on your phone are only used for tornado warnings and destructive severe thunderstorm warnings. So you won't get normal severe thunderstorm warnings on your WAAs, but when you use the emergency app, you'll never miss a warning.
I do want to point this out while I'm fresh in my mind here. These individual cells pushing into southeast Michigan out ahead of this line here do carry some pockets of gustier winds, it appears. For example, here in Marion Township, just south of 96 here, there's a pocket of heavier wind showing up here near Deerfield Center, Oak Grove area. This is going to be up in the Livingston County area. Other pockets of heavier wind there on 94 just to the east of Jackson. So these do carry some downburst potential, downburst meaning some gustier winds. Nothing currently is severe, but we are seeing the signs that these storms are intensifying. I think at this point, it's only a matter of time when we're going to get a severe warning here in the state.
Yeah. The app is called Emergency. So if you type in emergency in your app store, it should pop up, and it's by the Red Cross. Also really quick, Alley Cat, thank you for the 1 month membership. Welcome to the channel, and thank you for your support. She says, thanks for keeping us updated, and you are absolutely welcome for that. And this is the start of our wall-to-wall coverage for the day, so feel free to follow along. And more importantly, share the stream with your friends and family, especially who live on the east side of the state, east of 127 today.
I see some questions here about West Michigan being done. I wouldn't say they're done just yet, but the main concern does appear to be off to your east. We could see development again this afternoon out back to the west of those, but confidence in that is low. So I wouldn't say you're out of the woods just yet, but for right now, West Michigan is in the clear. 131 west, you're in the clear for now.
Yeah, if you look at the radar to the north of Grand Rapids, on our model runs that we were looking at last night and early this morning, some of those, so that little line of showers there south of Manistee and Cadillac, that could potentially form into more storms this afternoon, because I do believe it might be clearing out just a tiny bit. So instability could ramp back up. You could see some non-severe thunderstorms off to the north of Grand Rapids and in West Michigan later today. But again, we don't expect that to be severe. So again, with the marginal risk today being off to the east of 127 and 69, West Michigan is going to be pretty much in the clear for severe tonight. Again, main hazard today, damaging winds.
And then the green overlaid here on your map is your marginal risk here. So anywhere, if you're outside to the west of there, like up here by Mount Pleasant, Muskegon, Manistee, Ludington, Grand Rapids, you guys should be out of the severe threat entirely. But again, as Joel mentioned, thunderstorms are still possible throughout the day.
Yes. And we also have secondary round coming in later tonight. Should be non-severe, but Western UP may also see some severe later tonight, and we will cover that as needed. Cannot forget our UP friends.
Just going to check these out. We're going to probably kick back and forth between all these radars, all these storms here to get a good idea. These storms are widespread and scattered at this point. A new special weather statement per IWX has just come out here for Hillsdale. So Hillsdale County now out ahead of that main line we mentioned at our start of our coverage here. All this gustier winds here showing up on radar. 50. I can get it, Joel. Just give me a second.
Okay.
50-mile-an-hour winds here, as well as pea-size hail possible, and that includes Coldwater, Alleghenies, Jonesville, Hillsdale, all the way up to the Lenawee County, Jackson County line. If you guys do happen to live in Branch or Hillsdale County and you're getting really heavy winds or you have damage even, let us know in chat here, or you can send us a message. Pictures really help. We can relay that to the local National Weather Services who issue these warnings. So if these storms are producing damage and severe weather, they want to know about that, as do we.
And with any thunderstorms today, Ryan, cloud to ground lightning going to be a huge threat out there. We can already see it right now, especially with some of the cells that are popping up in front of the main line, as well as the main line, of course, too, that's stretching down from Midland, Gratiot, Clinton into Eaton counties. But we also have those strong cells in Jackson and Livingston County right now that are also producing copious amounts of cloud to ground lightning, as well as that special back where that special weather statement is in Branch and Hillsdale County. So anytime you hear thunder today, that means the rule of thumb for that is you're close enough to get struck. So you want to be taking shelter inside until the storm has passed. And a good way to tell when the storm has passed is wait 30 minutes after the last time you see lightning and or hear thunder. I know that was a rule when I was in high school when we had athletic events. So using that knowledge to my advantage right now. Again, nothing currently severe. We have just a big blanket special weather statement out there, as well as an individual one for Hillsdale County. Go ahead, Ryan.
No, I got nothing to say. I was just kicking back here in my chair.
If you want to chat with us today, we are again live on Facebook and YouTube. You would have to be a subscriber on YouTube to chat, but again, subscribing on YouTube is completely free, does not require any payment. So whatever way you guys want to watch the stream today, be our guest.
We are not live on Twitter/X. Again, analytical issues prevent us from going live over there. Speaking of which, probably going to post out on X saying that we are live over here.
Mm-hmm. That's a good idea. Yeah, we do have an X account. We're just not live on that. Cool looking clouds, almost fluffy in Lansing. Yes. Key to convective skies out there today. Why is there peaks of sunshine in Oakland County? Well, that's just the way the atmosphere is set up today. And that's also going to be a driver of instability, which is your juice for your thunderstorms.
We have all boxes checked on our slim, except our wind shear. Wind shear is lacking as the only ingredient that we do not really have much of today.
You want me to pop in the slim graphic really quick?
You can if you want. Yeah, go for it.
Okay. So we like to promote slim as kind of a good way to remember what we need for severe weather. Shear, lift, instability, moisture. As you can see on the screen here, shear is your winds basically provide spin, organize storm updrafts. Your lift is lifting mechanism, so something like a cold front or just relative to the low pressure system. You could have like a lake breeze be a lifting mechanism on some days, like when we have the pulse thunderstorms in Michigan. But today it's a cold front. Instability, we have plenty of that today. A lot of juice out there in the atmosphere. And then moisture would be your dew points and moisture transport coming up from the Gulf. And those dew points out there today are, I think, closing in on 70. I haven't really checked the...
Yeah, Joel, I'm sitting at 84% humidity here. My dew point is, give me a second, I can tell you. Dew point is 73 at my house.
73. That's a lot of moisture out there. So
that may be a degree or two a little bit high, but I'm sitting at 73 at my at-home station.
Yeah, kind of a ground bias, but it's all right. Joel has been busy doing his homework with graphics. Thank you. I will say I will give credit to Ryan on the slim graphic, though. That was not my doing.
Those timing graphics are 10 times better, in my opinion.
Report of a microburst in Macomb County there. I can see that one tiny cell there in Clinton Township. That's probably the one.
Yeah, it's a weak one.
Mm-hmm.
Red means wind's going away. Green is going toward the radar. So heavy rain here spreads outward. That's where you get your downburst/microburst winds, which can be severe in some cases, but usually just, on the stronger side of things.
Yes.
In fact, we have the airport radar to go off of. I wonder if that's going to help us look at what's happening closer. Not really. This one, though, off the airport radar looks decent here, traveling 94, 30 to 40 in that storm there. That could be a pretty gusty wind producer. And we're going to use the term, at least I'm going to use the term gusty today. Gusty does not always mean severe. Gusty could be 20, 30, 40. None of these are severe, but they do contain gusty winds.
Mhm.
Make that clear now. And this one entering Hillsdale County does look to be quite a gusty wind producer at that. All this brighter red color is indicating that these winds are upwards of 45 to, we'll say, 50 miles per hour all throughout this area here. So if you live in Branch County, Coldwater, Alganese, Quincy, Kinderhook, Bethel, Batavia, Bronson, Gilead, if you guys have any reports of wind or damage, let us know.
I feel like I should pull in my radar at some point just to, have it up in the background. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now just to kind of have it ready.
Getting that tweet sent out here in a second.
What did you say?
I'm getting the tweet sent out, so I'll be back on here in a second.
Okay. All right. So this is our GR2 product. So it's another type of radar software that we use here at Michigan Storm Chasers. GR2 is kind of like the top notch of PC programs. If you have the money for it, it's highly recommended. But again, it's a little expensive, but it has very detailed looks at some of the radar here, as well as radar Omega on Ryan's. As you can see right now, Livingston County, lots of showers and thunderstorms moving through. Again, with the copious amounts of cloud to ground lightning, you will want to take shelter indoors until the storms do pass. We do have reports of that microburst coming in from Macomb County, just around the Mount Clemens area. And we also have a couple pop-up showers down here in Wayne County, as well as northern Monroe and southeastern Washtenaw. Special weather statement back here off to the west. Let me turn on my polygons again just so they're there. So all those tan boxes are your special weather statements. Big cluster of thunderstorms right now in Hillsdale County with a lot of cloud to ground lightning. And then we have our kind of big cold front here. If I would have to assume, given our mesoscale environment, this is kind of the main last batch of severe for the day on this line. Again, we will have thunderstorms probably redevelop behind this big line here that stretches from north to south all the way up from Alcona down to Kalamazoo County. But again, we do not expect any of the storms behind this line to be severe. Of course, if that changes, we'll have you covered here on the live. And again, we will be live here as long as these storms are in the state. So feel free to share the stream with anyone who may be impacted today, especially here on the eastern side of the state.
Just got a new SWS put out here for Jackson County and specifically 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts and pea-size hail as the storms move up towards Jackson. So non-severe, but still get some gusty winds in the Jackson area as these storms push up that direction. That's in effect until 3 p.m.
Mm-hmm. And if you guys have any sort of damage reports to send that are picture format, make sure to post them on our Facebook page or email them to us or send them to us in Messenger. We will not be able to see pictures that are posted in the live stream because of the formatting of our software. So again, post those in any other posts that we put on Facebook, and that way we can see them. And we appreciate that very much. Of course, besides us, you want to make sure to send in your reports to the National Weather Service offices. So if you live in Southeast Michigan, that would be Detroit. And if you live over in West Michigan, so Lansing, Battle Creek, Kalamazoo, Hastings, Portland, for example, even up towards Elm and Ithaca, that's all the Grand Rapids jurisdiction. So you'll want to send your reports to them if you live there. Yes, hit the like button. We appreciate it. Helps boost the algorithm, gets out to people that you may not know. Yes, there's no tornado. There's no severe warnings at all right now. There's just special weather statements, and special weather statements are for stronger storms.
We are live in anticipation of a severe storm here at any moment. So that's why we're on here tracking. Typically, we reserve live streams for severe weather, but we do expect at least a few warnings today as these storms continue to strengthen and move towards Southeast Michigan.
And if not, like, we understand it's really important to have someone that's just there just in case, and just to get like a visual of the radar, as you can see here. So it's always nice to just have your resources about you, and we are happily glad to do that for you guys. I haven't actually looked at our mesoscale environment yet today.
Yeah, everything I have pulled up in the background here, everything is good except our wind shear. So as anticipated, we have about 2,000 joules of surface cape. Our lifted indice is roughly -6 to -5. We do have a pocket of supercell composite over the Lansing-Jackson area currently as of, well, last hour. It'll update here in about 10 minutes. But it's a decent environment here. It's just not really highly sheared.
You guys help a lot with storm anxiety. Yes, that's another thing we're here for. We want to make sure that everyone's weather aware, especially on a day like today where thunderstorms are kind of just blossoming all over the place.
For some reason, the Linktree link is not showing up in chat, so I'm trying to fix that right now.
What would happen if we had the shear? Good question. So if we did have the shear, we would probably see stronger rotation on radar. Right now, we're seeing at the most very, very weak couplets. And again, even if they do become strong, they're not going to be able to be sustained. But if we did have stronger shear out there today, we would definitely be advertising a tornado threat. But we do not see that today. How high does the wind shear have to be for a strong chance of a tornado? Probably good amount would probably 30 to 40 knots. Of course, 3 cape is another parameter we use for tornado development, kind of in the off chance. So that's like low level instability. But again, shear is the most important thing. And usually we need upwards of 35, 40 knots and more turning. So like down at the surface, you would need like a south wind. So that'd be south to north, and then quickly change from west to east in the matter of like 2 or 3 kilometers. Even 1 kilometer would be sufficient, which we see a lot in the severe weather outbreaks in the plains.
Just got a new SWS issued. Sorry to interrupt you, Joel. Up here by the Tri-Cities, Bay City, Saginaw, Owasso areas. This is going to be winds in excess of 40 miles per hour and pea-size hail at this current time. Looking along here with our velocity, not seeing too much, although it's pretty far away from the radar here. So just want to point that out there. If you live in any of those areas from Bay City, Saginaw, Frankenmuth, Chesaning, Owasso, down here towards 69, Perry area, you guys are in a special weather statement now of winds in excess of 40 miles per hour as well as pea-size hail.
Just got a message from Chandler. Ryan, you want me to read that off?
Yeah, if you want to cover that real quick, if you want. Otherwise,
okay.
I can't.
So as some of you guys may or may not know, Michigan Storm Chasers. So we have 5 of us here on staff, and tonight, actually, ironic timing, we do have a fundraiser event for the victims of the Kalamazoo tornado. That'll be held at the what's it called? The Speedway? Is it Ziegler Motorsports or whatever?
Yes.
In Kalamazoo, and Carson Hokovar is going to be there, who's a NASCAR driver, and entry is $100. And again, all those funds go back to the community of Kalamazoo, Portage, of course, that were affected by the tornado. So again, we're partnering with Ziegler Ford in Kalamazoo and Carson Hokovar on that. So if you're in the area tonight, go ahead and check that out. It's for a good cause. Currently out there, the Cape values, which are, again, is our instability. So the I on the slim, 2,000 joules per kilogram. So again, anything over 1,000 is usually pretty good for severe weather. And we have 2,000 out there today, even 2,500 up there in northern lower. But again, ingredients otherwise are not that great up there in northern lower peninsula. Yeah, we have no control over the ads, unfortunately. That would be a YouTube premium thing for those who are watching on YouTube. Nice. Fingers crossed for the baseball games for sure. It is Wednesday. I'm not sure how many graduations are going on a Wednesday, but I know there's a couple. There could be a couple graduations out there for high school and such. So you want to take your weather radar where you go tonight, and us, of course.
Pocket here of some gustier winds I'm seeing now near. Let me get center back in here. Near the Howell area. Got a pocket here. Looks to be around 50 or so mile per hour. Looks like 40 to 50 here. About 45 or so. Pushing up toward Tyrone Township, Heartland Township areas. Looks like it just started to kick up there, so keep an eye on that. Looking down here, got a statement here for Jackson. Got some areas and pockets of heavier wind, so we'll keep an eye on that as well. And then looking back here toward Branch and Hillsdale counties, still got a pocket here of some gustier winds ongoing as that pushes through the counties there. I'll be heading up into Jackson County here next 20 or so minutes.
Mm-hmm. Yes, counties in blue on Ryan's radar is special weather statement.
Correct. Severe to be yellow, and in the event of any tornado warnings to be red. This looks like to be the strongest storm currently. It's close to the radar here as well. Getting some reports here of also some wind damage coming out of the Angola area. Emergency managers reporting trees and power lines down. Size of trees unknown, and that'd be the storm heading in toward the Hillsdale County area right now. So gusty winds happening there, but also looking at the Detroit radar here with that storm coming in toward the Howell with some gusty winds. It's only approximately 1,000 feet off the ground here, so the radar beam is shooting pretty low compared to other places in Michigan to the storm itself, so we should get a pretty good look at actually what's happening close to the surface. So when you see those gusts here on radar, we're going to be more so concerned just because it's a little bit closer to the radar.
Yeah, I'm surprised they don't have a special weather statement out for that, in my opinion.
Yeah, they'll probably issue. It happened one scan ago, so this might be in the works as well. So
yeah,
again, that would be for the Livingston County. Howell, just north of Howell. Looks like a SWS just got issued here for Macomb County as well as St. Clair. There you go. So they issued one there. Winds in excess of 40 as well as half-inch hail. Richmond, Armada, Macomb Township, Chesterfield Township, Adair, all within that SWS for some wind and some hail as well.
It's the attack of the special weather statements out there so far today.
Yep. All right, new SWS coming out, I believe, for... Nope, that's the old one. All right. I thought, but...
Are you posting them as they come in, or should I jump on that? Okay.
I got it.
Cool. Yeah, for those who don't know, behind the scenes, we don't have a way to automatically send special weather statements on Facebook, so we do have to post those manually. But our Facebook and our X accounts have automated warnings. So in case warnings happen, those are automatically posted. So that's what's really cool. That's another way to be weather aware, is follow us on X and turn on post notifications there. It's a good way to do that. The more ways, the merrier, we like to say.
There are 6 main ways to receive warnings. We recommend having at least 2, if not 3. Weather radios, number 1. EAS alerts on your phone, number 2. Social media apps, such as the emergency app by Red Cross. Although some other apps do exist, such as AccuWeather or WeatherBug, stuff like that. That's number 3. Word of mouth by friends and family is number 4.
Ryan,
what?
A couple questions flying in here before you continue on. It's Armada, I believe, is the city name. That's how you pronounce it.
Okay.
We also have, yes, blue on Ryan's radar is special weather statements. If you go to my radar, it'll be tan. So a little bit of a discrepancy there, but yes, everything right now is special weather statements. No tornado risk today for Michigan, so you guys can breathe easy on that. We have a lot of people in here and a lot of comments flying through. So if you want to drop a super chat on YouTube, that would be a way we can see it highlighted. And if you want to answer it immediately, we do appreciate it. Again, totally optional. But again, with all the questions coming in, we have both Facebook comments and YouTube comments coming in right now. So they're just kind of flying in here. As in terms of specific locations, we try to, when we're doing severe coverage like this, we kind of try and point out the storms that are kind of directly impacted, or the cities that are directly impacted, by these thunderstorms. So when you're asking about your city that's maybe 3 counties away, it's tough to go over there all the time when we're busy focused on severe weather. So I hope you guys can understand that, why we sometimes don't cover your guys' questions in cities. But we do have a lot of special alert statements out there right now as well. So
yeah, we do.
We're kind of going up and down the line. Again, Bay City, Saginaw County, Shiawassee County, portions of Genesee County. So Flint, you do have some prefrontal showers moving in right now in thunderstorms. And then we have the line behind it. And then you have it down towards Jackson County as well as Hillsdale County. And of course, Macomb was added recently. It hasn't popped up on my radar because it's slow, but there's a special alert statement there. That will be heading up into St. Clair County, so towards St. Clair and Marysville, as well as Memphis.
If you guys can look on your screen here, it's a little harder to see. I'll zoom in here, but these all the positive symbols here, that is all of your lightning here. So there is a lot of lightning with these storms. If you look close enough at other storms as well, you're going to see those little strikes of lightning here. There's one there, one there, one there. Jackson has a ton of it. Milan has some. Looks like Rollin, Hudson area has some as well. So expect a lot of lightning. New SWS out now up here for the top of this line. We have to pop it in the screen here momentarily. It should light up blue here in a second. But we have a new SWS out. There it is.
Okay. I was about to say, Ryan, if it included that one city I was about to mention, it's Osneek. It's not included in the special alert statements, looks like.
It's going to be for East Tawas City, Standish, Sterling, Glenny, Lincoln, Twining, Black River, Barton City, just to name a few. Winds in excess of 40 miles per hour, as well as pea-size hail. Take a peek at the velocity on that just real quick. Make sure I'm not going to miss anything in there.
Guys in Facebook, please don't be rude to each other.
You will not be afraid to ban people if you are personally.
Well, no, it's just. I mean, obviously we're busy covering radar, but behind the scenes, I know we do appreciate people answering questions. Just do it in a polite way. But always on severe weather days, no matter what the risks are, you want to have kind of just your severe weather plan in the back of your head, just in case everything turns for the worst. What was the comment the quote we usually use? Prepare for the worst, or something like that.
Oh, you're gonna test me now.
Yeah, someone
hope
posted
for the best,
earlier.
Prepare for the worst.
Yes, or vice versa. Prepare for the worst, hope for the best. So always kind of have your severe weather ready plan in the back of your head, just in case things go a little haywire. But again, no tornado risk today, just kind of a damaging wind risk. Oof. Either way, damaging winds can be, sometimes more of a killer than tornadoes. So we do want to emphasize that when you're outside in a severe thunderstorm that has damaging winds, it would be like falling trees and stuff. So
we have an SWS incoming here for Oakland, Livingston, and Genesee, as well as Washtenaw. So this huge, gigantic area here is about to light up blue. There it is. Yeah. So all the way from Flint, all the way back down through Ann Arbor area, Washtenaw County, west of Ann Arbor, really. Again, this is going to be the attack of the special weather statement. Yeah. Winds in excess of 40 miles per hour, as well as pea-size hail. So places along there, so anywhere from Flint, Grand Blanc, Holly, Fenton, Heartland Township, Brighton, Howell, Fowlerville, Hamburg, Unidalia, Dexter, Bridgewater, Manchester, all the way down to the border of Lenawee. So all these blue boxes you see on your screen are all special weather statements, which is
You want, me,
step.
you want me to post that one, or do you got it?
I got it.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
I already got these accounts already pulled up. I'm just going back and forth now at this point. So special weather statements are the step below severe thunderstorms. So they're not quite severe, but they still are strong.
Mm-hmm. And we will be live as long as these storms, again, still exist in southeast and east Michigan, as well as portions of northern lower. So feel free to share the stream with anyone you like. Kind of just going over housekeeping again. Hit the like button if you're here. If you're already out of the risk, I guess if you're leaving, hit the like on your way out. But we do expect storms to redevelop behind the cold front later this afternoon. It will be non-severe, but thunderstorms nonetheless. And again, share the stream if you know anyone in the path.
Looks like Hillsdale County as well as Branch County just got dropped from their SWS. So these storms look to be weak. Lenawee would be on tap for these next, although looks like they have weakened out just enough to not really be too concerned here for any, gusty winds. Although the airport radar here does show probably 20 or 30 or so, upwards of 30, almost 40 here in some spots. So we'll see if they put an SWS out here for Lenawee. But at this point, storms have weakened just a bit. So the SWS has been dropped and at this point not reissued for Lenawee.
Someone asked to check velocity for Saginaw real quick. Just
I'll get that, yeah.
Yeah, because we do have a big line out there, so a lot of storms. So just bear with us here. We're kind of going up and down the line.
Yeah, Saginaw is also in like a radar gap as well, so it's really hard to pinpoint that. Right now, I'm not seeing anything on velocity for Saginaw. Let me check a few other radars here. Yeah, again, nothing really off the APX radar.
Mm-hmm.
Not really anything to be concerned about with that. While we're at that, go ahead and check up here. Again, not really seeing too much in the way of anything that would catch our eye for severe. So just a lot of strong storms today, which is if we can escape today without any severe, that'd be great. Honestly, that'd be really good. That's the hope, at least.
Oakland County, you are still a lot of comments about Oakland County. Guys are not in any sort of risk yet, but we do have showers closely entering the area, especially on the northwest corner there, as Ryan's pointing out.
Yep. So just the northeast portion of the county is currently in a statement, but you do have storms moving up your way here next 20 to 30 minutes or so.
And we haven't really gone over we kind of have, but the movement today is northeast at 30. So they're kind of going at a reasonable clip. Special weather statements kind of blanketed out there right now for 40-mile-per-hour winds and pea-sized hail. So sub-severe, but still gusty, as Ryan mentioned, nonetheless.
Yep. So these are looking like they're developing a little bit further there. I don't know if you say if that's just me or if you see that too there, Joel.
Yeah. Yep. It's kind of congealing into one big line.
Right. So this may be on the strengthening on the uptrend here next 10, 15 minutes. We'll keep an eye on that. I
will want to watch that. I'm just going to keep an eye on that Macomb County cell behind the scenes a little bit because that one is moving kind of more north and it could be more surface rooted. Just pointing that out with my meteorological skills in the background here, and just knowing radar and storm evolution. Although it looks like it's, did it kick off an outflow boundary?
It did.
Kicked off an outflow boundary there. Unless it's a lake breeze. So we have to also, again, in Michigan, another factor is our lake breezes, and those can also play havoc in storm development. Either that helps or hurts. It should be high res reflectivity. Everything's called base reflectivity. But yeah, as you can see in the bottom right, it says high res reflectivity. Grand Rapids is in the clear from severe, yes. But you guys can still expect thunderstorms later tonight, potentially. Again, a lot of questions coming in here, so bear with us. No, you're good, depopulation. No worries. We're here to walk you through. I'm starting to get cloudy here at my apartment. All over again.
About what time? What? Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, we do have our kind of cycle through our cameras here today. So outside my window here in Isabella County, we also have outside Ryan's window in Lenawee County. And then we have Ben and Nate who are on the road, I believe in the Lansing area right now. Ben and Nate, any updates from you guys?
Not really. We're just following the storm just south of Wausau. We're heading towards it, but don't really see anything too interesting on it at this point.
Did you say Owasso?
Yeah, Wausau.
Like I'm here in Omega. I know where they're at.
Gotcha. Cool. Appreciate it very much. Good structure. Good cloud tops there for sure on camera. It's always a nice reminder to always point up sometimes. Point your camera up and look at the cloud structure, not just what's underneath it. We appreciate you guys out there today.
Yeah. No problem.
Getting a lot of comments about what time is it going to hit my town. At this point in time, it's going to vary a lot. We have quite a few storms here across the risk area. Currently, nothing is severe. The main line, so to speak, stretches from Flint down to about Hudson and Lenawee County there. That's going to push northeast here as the afternoon goes on. But out ahead of that line, in scattered places, we have some pop-up storms all the way from Ypsi, Canton, down here by Mabee in Monroe County. Also have one up there in Macomb County about to push in towards St. Clair County. So we really can't give you an exact time frame because pop-ups can occur at any point in the day.
Yep.
The main line here is pushing into southeast Michigan here over the next 2 to 3 hours here. So I see a lot of questions about Macomb County. I see a lot of questions about downriver. So downriver right now is clear, but you do have some cells that are popping close by. They may miss you though, but again, it depends on what you consider downriver. Like in Taylor, I mean, that could be downriver as well. You may get a storm, but over here closer to like the Trenton area, you guys may miss out. So it's going to vary greatly here. But at this point in time, between now and I was going to say about 6, 7 o'clock, expect there to be a chance of pop-up storms. I'm getting thunder at my, oh, that's why. Just popped up over me. So if you take my camera,
this is what we mean.
You're looking up at it basically at this point. It's crazy. Hey, there's that strike too. It's crazy.
Slight intensification definitely still possible as these storms move to the east for sure, especially if you live along and east of 127 this afternoon. Unless you live north of Flint, then I would say along and east of 75.
I'm not seeing too much of anything to be concerned about at this point either, which is really good news, honestly. I expected there to be at least a few more in the way of, heavier pockets of wind, but right now things seem pretty subtle out there.
And it is 2:22 in the afternoon, so it's still very early again with multiple rounds expected to develop. We could see this stretch into the 7 to 8 o'clock hour tonight. But
hey, check that out.
Most of the severe will probably be coming through by 5 or 6, especially if you later you go for Eastern Michigan as well.
Airport radar here, Joel, is picking up some areas of a little bit of higher wind gusts here by Onstead and Lenawee County, also up here between Grass Lake and Napoleon. Let's keep an eye on those areas. This is heading more so my direction. Now I'm conflicted. Should I go?
It's up to you.
I'll hold tight for now. I'll have a view here at my house either way.
Scott, please do not spam. It's a warning.
Yeah, nothing too concerning here on radar that we're seeing, which is, again, good news. But we'll have to wait and see if that trends and continues into the afternoon. Again, it is early, so we'll see what happens.
Yep. Yeah, we're just here to kind of as a precautionary measure. Obviously, nothing severe right now, so we're just covering basic strong thunderstorms at the most. Could just kind of have the resource here just in case you guys need it. As usually our policies, we go live when it's severe, but just today with the widespread nature of thunderstorms across the area and them being stronger in nature, it's always good to kind of have eyes on it just in case. So don't always expect us to go severe for every special weather statement. Again, we'll post graphics, but today's kind of just a little bit of an outlier.
Looks like Ben and Nate are approaching a storm here near the, see where they're at here, towards Owasso. They're heading north on 52 into the Bennington, Owasso, Corona area. So they got that storm out ahead of them. Taking a peek at what the radar looks like on that storm. We got Ben and Nate right here on this green, if I can get this out of the way, on this green dot right here. And they're staring up into the storm right here, heading in toward New Haven, New Lothrop, Montrose, and Chesaning. Got a report from Tina in our messenger of hail in Armada, pea size, also super windy.
Aaron, thank you for the stars on Facebook, assuming that's what that blink message is on there. Yeah, shout out to our moderators in chat as well here on YouTube. Love y'all. Keep the not the population, keep the crowd in check. Ryan, you're muted. Oh, okay. So something about the radar sweep, I think. Does the faster radar sweep cost extra on Radar Omega? I thought it was just part of it. Is it?
No, it's extra, I want to say $10 a month.
Okay.
We got just to test it out, just kind of test the waters on it, and it gives you about 30 more seconds of lead time, which can be vital when we're communicating risks to you guys.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, if you're just a general user, I wouldn't recommend it. I mean, if you want it, it's not really going to help much.
Right. I don't even have Radar Omega, so that's why I don't know.
I think we all pretty much use like radar scope mostly when chasing or GR2. Omega is really good for broadcasting because it gives us, like, for example, road views. I can zoom in and say, all right, this road is Clinton Macon, this road is Britain. And I can tell you that's where the storm is at. We can't do that on GR2 or radar scope.
Unless you insert a place file, which I do have on GR2. Because I made a discovery that if you hover over a road when you have the place file inserted, it shows it in the bottom left corner. I didn't realize that.
What?
Yeah.
All right, I gotta test this now.
Well, the problem is when I insert the Michigan shape files into GR2, it only works when it's on the Grand Rapids radar. When I go to the Detroit radar, because the Upper Peninsula is so far away, it gets cut off. And so because not all of Michigan is shown, it cuts off the place file completely. So I got to figure out a way to kind of separate the place file into like an upper and a lower peninsula.
Got it. All right, new scan coming in here. Watching an area or a pocket here by Hamburg Township. Could be a bit gustier. Yeah, it looks like this is a pocket of gustier winds here heading up toward Brighton, Brighton Township. 96-16 or 96-23 corridor here. Doesn't look to be severe, but again, pocket of gustier winds. Definitely possible with that cell. And this is, again, still looks like it's going to try to congeal into a line here. It's having trouble, though. And that's probably due to the lack of the wind shear today.
2:30 right now, or 2:28 right now. Yeah, a lot of kids getting out of school, so don't leave them at the bus stop. Come pick them up, especially if you live in Southeast Michigan.
Thank you, Dina, for becoming a Patreon member. I see you just subscribed there. Appreciate your support.
I'm going to scroll up to the thumb area right now because we've kind of been, or not. You want me to get thumb or you got it?
I got it.
Up north,
Thumb
Bay,
is-
Bay City.
Not seeing too much still. Again, the radar at this location is still really far away, so we're not really getting a 100% accurate picture of what's actually happening. But nothing here that we see on radar is indicating any severity with it.
Ground truth is key. So if you have any damaging wind reports, anything suspicious, send them into the National Weather Service and us. Again, not underneath our stream here because we won't be able to see it, but on a separate post. Go ahead, Ryan.
I was gonna say we have Isaac up there. Isaac and I are follow each other on Twitter. We talk sometimes, so if he had anything to report, I'm sure he would reach out to the NWS and they would know. He's trained. Still contemplating heading out to look at this line coming toward me. Just don't know about that yet. I can't make a decision. Because I live like right here, right?
Yeah.
So they're going to hit me either way.
Right.
But the pocket of heavier wind is up here on like the Onstead area.
There's nothing severe if you really want to go out there.
I'm probably just going to sit here and hold tight unless something, fires up here to be on top of me by the time it does. But that scan's also 6 minutes old.
I can cover it for now if need be.
I'll probably just hold tight here until I get a new scan to see what it's doing. 7 minutes old at this point.
Yes, for everyone who's just joining us right now, update is everything's under a special weather statement, or a lot of the lines under special weather statement, we should say, for gusty winds in excess of 40 miles per hour, and they're moving off to the northeast at about 30 to 40 miles per hour. Lots of cloud to ground lightning in these storms as well. So no matter what, if you have a storm heading towards you, you hear thunder, make sure you want to go inside. Again, we'll reiterate here at the beginning of the stream, we said if there's lightning or thunder, you'll want to wait 30 minutes after the last strike or rumble. And if you hear another strike, or if you hear another rumble, thunder, or see another strike, you want to reset that counter back to 30 minutes, just to give you a little bit of a safety net. So the square on the Wayne Monroe border on Ryan's radar is a radar site. That is the airport radar.
Speaking of the airport radar, I'm still 8 minutes old at this point on the scan. So I have no idea what this is doing.
Yeah. Subsevere showers and thunderstorms moving through Lenawee right now. Yes, if you're golfing, get off the course in a way. You don't want to become a human lightning rod out there. That, or if you're fishing, we had a couple people come up to us today about if they can go out and fish. We said as long as you get it in, especially if you live on the east side of the state, as long as you can get it in by 1 or 2, should be good. But that window of time has expired. It's currently 2:32 here in the afternoon in Michigan. Again, I am Joel Fritzma alongside Ryan Harriet, and we are going to be covering you guys live here on Michigan Storm Chasers, no matter what happens here today. And Ben and Nate are also out there chasing as part of our Chaser Partner Network. You can follow Great Lakes Chasing there. Right, Ben? Great Lakes Chasing.
Great Lakes weather. We're about to drive into this Owasso cell.
Yes. So feel free to support our Chaser Partner Network guys as well. They're in Owasso right now, as you heard. Big downpour there you can see on the top left.
All right, I'm going to pop outside here and see if I see anything real quick, Joel.
Yeah, go for it. All right, my radar's live. Cool. So again, A little bit of a different radar look here. This is the GR2 product that I have pulled up. So it's kind of more of a, I like to say, high definition radar source. So anything you see in the tan boxes is going to be your special weather statements, which we have a lot of them out there. So we have St. Clair, Macomb County. This one's in effect for 40-mile-per-hour winds, half-inch hail possible with that one as that moves up into St. Clair County. We also have this line pretty much on the eastern half of the special weather statement now for Bay City, Saginaw, Chesaning here in Bay, Saginaw, and Shiawassee counties. Again, Ben is on that storm there in Owasso on the southern half of it. We also have a special weather statement for southern Genesee, Livingston, very northwestern corner of Oakland County, and western Washtenaw County. This one in effect for 40-mile-per-hour winds and pea-sized hail. Then we zoom down here to Jackson. This one will probably expire soon. Looks like some gusty winds could be heading into Jackson right at this moment, as you can see on our base velocity radar. Directly over downtown Jackson. This is actually 60 knots of wind at 4,200 feet. So it's off the ground a little bit, but I would have to assume that it's going to get pretty gusty there in Jackson, downtown Jackson, nonetheless, in the next probably 1 minute. So on here it says 50-mile-per-hour winds and pea-sized hail. So that's just below that's just below the severe criteria. So that could be a warning sometime soon. Just notice there's a little bit of a pink on here. Could be some hail mixing in there in Chelsea. Oops, I have both base reflectivities up. And then I believe that covers all the special weather statements besides this one up here in Iosco County and Alcona County. From Standish all the way up to Harrisville. This one is in effect for 40-mile-per-hour winds and pea-sized hail. So the common theme out there today is on average 40-mile-per-hour winds and anywhere from pea-sized to half-inch hail. And that is as of currently here at 2:36 p.m. Severe could still occur as these storms move towards the Oakland County, anywhere basically from this first line and points east. Although, again, with the second line being the cold front, could still have stuff form off that. Sorry, I like the yap. It's good to have everyone kind of covered there. Hopefully that helps some of the location comments in chat. If you appreciate it, I guess hit the like. But if I need to go over things again, I will. Softball game at 5:30 in Hillsdale. Currently Hillsdale in some rain. I believe we have the timing map up on our Facebook page has clear through Hillsdale by probably 7 just as a precaution. I'm going to go pull it up right now just to double check what I had because it's been about 12 hours since I released that. 14 hours, actually. So let me scroll down here really quick and get that up for you. And that was out of Hillsdale by the yellow zone, which is, 7 p.m. So through Hillsdale, you guys should be good by 7 tonight, so you might have to call a little bit of a delay on that. Again, things can change. Again, that was just like a precautionary map that I made. Yeah, everything kind of sub-severe right now, but as we've mentioned, for those who are just tuning in, we're here live, just in case. Usually we do not go live for special weather statements, but today is an exception because of the widespread nature of the thunderstorms. Pretty much everyone on the east side of the state will see some sort of thunderstorm today. Yes. And for those who are in downtown Jackson, let us know what you're seeing because looks like some gusty winds moving over you guys, heading over towards Grass Lake. But 4,200 feet off the ground, it's kind of tough to tell with no radar in the area or close by. Cold water kind of in that same, should be done by 7 o'clock time frame. Right now, you guys are only seeing some light to moderate rain in cold water. So Branch County in the clear for storms as of right now. So no worries there. We got a lot of questions coming here. We have 900 of you guys between Facebook and YouTube right now. So they're kind of flying in at a comment a second, or a comment every 5 seconds here. Again, if you want to send a super chat, no worries. Downpouring crazy wind in Jackson. What's crazy wind? Because it could be anything. Yeah, usually when you have a storm that is producing copious amounts of cloud to ground lightning, it usually is an indicator that it's strengthening. I'm going to single box this really quick and go to our updraft ZDR. Anywhere where you see kind of these red blips within these lines, it's kind of where you're seeing stronger updrafts develop. So, for example, we have a storm here in East Lansing, has a heavy red and even some pinks there. That's the strong updraft. As well as Langsburg. A couple stronger updrafts there in Owasso, up the line towards Saginaw. A couple storms popping up here in Sandusky area, strong updrafts. Anywhere where you see kind of yellows down towards blues, that's kind of just a middle range sort of thing there. So we have a super chat that just came in from SCTK Chaos Coordinator. He says, thanks for the coverage, guys. Thank you for your support, and we are glad to help you in our severe color coverage today. So again, thank you very much for your support, and hope you stick around.
Got the storm coming in my west here on the camera here. You can't really see much anything yet, but it's coming.
Yeah, I was going over the updraft strength there. I'll switch it back to base reflectivity because this is kind of not really many people care about updrafts. They just want to see the rain. So here's your rain. I understand. Anywhere you see the reds and the pinks is going to be your heaviest of rain, of course. Kind of similar to the updraft radar where you have the reds being the strongest. So a lot of that red, darker reds and pinks kind of existing there over central Lenawee County there. What did you see out there, Ryan?
I'm deciding if I want to head south of town here and grab a view. I don't know if there's going to be a shelf on it or not. But otherwise, I was blocked by the cell that popped out ahead of it, so I didn't really have a good view of the line.
See, look at the comments here. Downpouring, a lot of downpouring, yes. A lot of moisture out there. You're going to see probably 15-minute time periods of just absolute downpouring rains. So be prepared for some ponding of low-lying areas. If storms do train over the same areas today, we could see a couple flood warnings go into effect. And again, take it slow out there. What was that?
I'm going to roll south.
Okay, sounds good. So Ryan's going to head out, get a live view from the field. Kind of going over a little bit of precautionary here. If you get low visibility when you're out there driving, if you have to drive today, again, we understand people have plans, got to pick up kids, go to sporting events just in case. Take it slow. If you can't see more than, well, actually the rule of thumb is if you can't see a good distance in front of you, then you should always, take it slower. So if that visibility is really low, then you want to take it kind of extremely slow. Of course, when you're on the highway, you kind of want to be careful because people will still speed in the conditions. As you know, everyone here from Michigan likes to drive at their own pace. It's not a diss on Michiganders, obviously, but we like to kind of play by our own rules here. So be cautious of those around you today and be cautious for those who are not being as cautious. You have a super chat coming in from Victoria here with a $10 super chat. She says, thank you for your streaming, guys. Gives a whole bunch of Michiganders peace of mind. No problem, Victoria. Glad to be here at your service. And kind of a unique setup today here. We're not really covering anything severe at the moment, but special weather statements nonetheless. So a lot of strong thunderstorms, but not severe thunderstorms. So again, thank you so much for your support, Victoria. We appreciate it very much. Excuse me. Sorry. Yeah, with the rain coming through, come on, cool down. That's a good comment right there. With the rain coming through, it should knock down the humidity a little bit, and especially with that cold front moving through later tonight. I know probably people who are watching West Michigan right now can already feel a little bit of the difference, but those dews will drop off towards the low 60s and upper 50s, which right now, let me turn on our METAR stations, which are official weather stations across the state. Looks like dew points are in the mid to upper 60s. And of course, in our urban population here, it's a little bit higher, 70 degrees dew point there at the Willow Run Airport in Detroit, 69-degree dew point there just to the east of Romulus, the Wayne City Airport. Wayne County Airport, not Wayne City. 68 dew point in Monroe. Again, that's your moisture. A lot of moisture out there. And then you kind of look off back to the west. Honestly, the dews are still kind of a little bit high out there. So a little bit surprised, and that will still fuel those thunderstorms redeveloping for West Michigan later tonight. Again, we don't expect anything back here to be severe, but we cannot rule out some special weather statements still popping up later. So anything that's going to be severe, though, is going to be in 1, 2, or 3 of these lines here that are kind of popping up, and even maybe some of these cells that are out in front if they go severe. So yes, this is kind of round 1. So this entire batch, and including the storms that if they do fire up behind it, is all considered as round 1. Round 2 is what we call that round that's back off in the UP that'll be forming around 5 or 6 o'clock tonight and moving across the UP. We're just dividing round 1 into kind of like a part A, part B, part C. And that part A is kind of these cells out in front. Part B, right here in the Flint down towards Howell area. Part C is this bigger line that kind of extends from Hastings all the way up towards Bay City and even up into northern lower. And then part D would be any thunderstorms that would be non-severe back behind this first A through C part. So it's a little confusing. We have a lot of storms out there today, but we got you covered just in case. Battle of the blips, absolutely. Flint, you're looking at 75 degrees, 69-degree dew point right now. Heavy rain in the area. Storms off to your east and storms off to your west. Let me just make sure I'm not missing any special weather statements here. No special weather statements have been issued yet. The ones that are out there right now are current and valid. Anywhere where you see the tan boxes are special weather statements. We have quite a few out there right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We have a 6th one down here in Defiance, Ohio. And we'll have to watch these storms. Perhaps they move up into the Toledo and southern Monroe County, Luna Pier area. But again, we'll have to watch in due time. A lot of questions. Again, if you guys, so we like to advertise on our non-severe weather days, so make sure you guys are weather aware, because when we're zoomed out like this, it doesn't show all the cities, but it does show the county line. So if you know what your county shape looks like or your county is located on this map, that is a huge help, so you guys can answer your own sort of questions there. Because obviously when we're covering severe weather, we like to cover what's being hit, if that makes any sense. And so sometimes we can't really cover places that are, 2 counties away. But today it's kind of everybody and everyone here on the eastern side of the state. And we hope you guys can understand that. It's kind of always been our thing. We always have the questions asking about what about this place, what about that place. But as of right now, everyone on the east side of the state should expect some sort of thunderstorm action tonight. At this point, it's going to be now through probably 5 to 6 p.m., perhaps even to the 7 o'clock hour. So that includes everyone in eastern Michigan. It just depends when you get your breaks. It'll be different for everybody else, or for everyone here. Yellow arrows on radar. So those are where the station plots are at, our METAR stations. When there's a stronger wind gust, it puts an arrow out there, and that's what you can see there. It's a 22 mile per hour. Make sure it's in miles per hour. Yes, 22 mile per hour wind gust out of the south in Lapeer right now. So hopefully that helps. As Dawn said, feel free to smash the like button. Don't smash it. Just click it. Helps boost the algorithm for yourself and for people who don't always know that we are live here at Michigan Storm Chasers. We do cover all severe weather events in Michigan, no matter what, even if it's one severe thunderstorm warning. And like today, days like today, no severe thunderstorm warnings. So it's always good to kind of have eyes in the sky, as you guys know. Sorry, Don. If you want to smash the like button, go ahead. I won't hold you against that. If you want to smash, if you want to on your computer, go ahead. But anyways, kind of going up and down the radar here, as you can see, a lot of showers across eastern Michigan. We're going to turn off meteor stations here. It's a little cluttered. And I will loop it for you guys so you can kind of see storm motion. Ryan is mobile.
Joel,
Yeah, what's up?
take me full. I got a good shelf cloud. Go up here.
All right, I will put you single and put you duo with the radar. Okay. There we go. You have your dot on?
Yeah, I just turned it on.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to try and get ahead of this thing.
Oh, wow.
It's a beautiful shelf cloud.
Well, I'll take that full. Oh, you're turning. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to get out ahead of it. So I'll have a video here in about 2 minutes.
Okay. And so that is going to be, so we're starting to see our signs of life here, again, with a shelf cloud that can usually mean stronger downdraft winds coming out from ahead of the storm. So that is Britain right now. So that will be eastern Lenawee County. Again, that's a shelf cloud, so that's indicative of some stronger gusty winds and not a tornado. The only time it would be indicative of tornadoes if there was embedded QLCSs, which we're not seeing today. So very cool out there for Ryan. Lenawee County, this is heading towards Monroe and Ann Arbor, which would be Washtenaw County, and eventually into downtown Detroit, Wayne County areas. So that's this entire line here in the southeast corner of Michigan. So if you live down here, if you can safely do so, take a picture of that nice shelf cloud. Feel free to send it to us if you see something that's really cool like that. Ben and Nate are live as well. They're in a downpour right now out there in Shiawassee County, just south of Owasso. As you can see up there in the top of the screen. If anybody has any wind damage, of course, feel free to send that into the National Weather Services first and foremost. They really appreciate your guys' damaging wind reports. That way they can issue the warnings in due time. Because, again, we don't issue the warnings here. We're just the ones, kind of like the messengers. We cover the warnings that they issue. So, again, if you live in Southeast Michigan, that's going to be National Weather Service Detroit Pontiac. You can find them on Facebook and on X. And, again, another way to stay informed for when they issue warnings is not only follow us on X, but follow them on X, because anytime a warning is issued and you have post notifications turned on, they come through as a notification on your phone. So that is one way that works for you. If the apps, if apps don't work for you, then that's one way that does. So again, give them a follow and they will keep you informed as well as us. We have a new member here, Stuart McFarland. Thank you so much for your support, Stuart. Welcome to the channel. Hope to have you around for a while. Just going over some other things here. Still no severe thunderstorm warnings. Let me go to velocity, kind of check out our winds, and it's a good thing I did, because right now we are looking at, looks like some sort of downburst here, and you can actually see that how it's bowing out here. So right here in the Milford area, you have a little bit of a bowing segment, we like to call it, right here in western Oakland County. This is heading up right into the radar site, directly for the radar site. So hopefully Nothing too crazy. I'm going to contact one of the guys who works there right now just to double check if they're seeing anything.
There you go, Joel. Pictures up on the page. Correct me full if you can.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay.
I am this is the town of Britain right here to the west here. I got to move here. It's coming up pretty fast here. It looks green back in there. It looks pretty nasty, but...
Ryan, you're going to have to shout.
Huh?
You're going to have to shout. It's really windy.
Sorry, yeah, I was going to say here, the wind is cranking here, but this is looking toward the town of Britain, facing to the west here. I got to move quickly, though. It looks menacing, but aside from surface winds that are cranking, I don't know if these are producing, damaging winds or not, but
yeah,
we're going to find out shortly. But we're going to move to get back out ahead of it, okay?
Okay, sounds good. Thank you very much, Ryan. Again, we're going to go over this wind gust coming into the radar site here north of Milford. This is going to head up into the village of Clarkston probably in the next 10 minutes. Okay, there we go. So this is, I'm going to get some roads on this really quick because it's kind of a more of towards a severe gust at this point. We're going to zoom in here on my maps. I don't have radar Omega, so I can't really check the roads per se, but I will zoom in to the Clarkston area on Google. It's the next best way. Clarkston. Okay. So Clarkston is in the threat for this. This is going to be heading into the Indian Springs Metro Park area. Highland Charter Township. This is going to be crossing M59 right now, kind of heading up towards. Just kind of making sure I get my belongings here. So White Lake is in the path of this as well. Davisburg, Springfield Oaks Golf Course, if you guys are familiar with this area, and Holly Recreation Area. So again, this is going to be in Oakland County. For those who are watching from Oakland County, this is going to be heading up towards you. I will rock it. I will actually zoom in back and forth here. It looks like we actually had a super chat. I'm going to go back and quickly check that out. Red Dozier with a $20 super chat. Thank you as always, Red Dozier, for your support. Appreciate it very, very much. We do have inside knowledge that they are about to issue a severe thunderstorm warning for Oakland County. So that is incoming here in the next couple of minutes as directly from the National Weather Service office at Detroit. They are planning on issuing a severe thunderstorm warning here in just a moment. So be ready for that. We are seeing signs of 64 knots, which is going to be close to 70-mile-per-hour winds here at 400 feet off the ground. So yes, if you're in the White Lake, Clarkston area up towards Lake Orion and Oxford, just kind of down the road, you guys are going to be in the threat for this soon-to-be severe thunderstorm warning. You can really see that has really upticked here. Yeah, 62 knots. That is severe at 300 feet off the ground. And this is heading right for the radar site. We hope they go to, hopefully they don't lose power there. They do have a generator. It would be a huge loss if we lose it. This is the only storm we see right now that is close to being severe warned. We have a couple little instances of severe or damaging winds, strong in nature, not severe in nature here along that line that Ryan is covering in Lenawee County up into Washtenaw County. The warning will be coming in here in any moment. I see some comments are posting it. And we just had it posted on our page. And now we are in severe weather. We are now in officially severe weather ops for the first time today. So Oakland County, if you guys are watching from Oakland County or nobody in Oakland County, especially north of M59 right now, you guys want to share the stream with them. If you don't know anyone to share it with, obviously hit the like button. It helps boost the algorithm and gets out to people that you may not know. So we do appreciate that. Again, severe thunderstorm warning coming in here in just a second. We will get that information to you here as soon as we get it. across. Again, severe thunderstorm warning has officially been issued. The notification did come across on our Facebook page and our X page. And according to some of you guys in chat as well, which it's good that it comes across immediately. Weather radio's going off, probably. This is taking it's sweet old time popping in here. We're waiting for the orange box. I'm not sure if Ryan can hear me. Ryan, are you going to post the special weather statement that was issued, or?
It already has been.
Okay, cool.
I'm waiting for the severe graphic. I'm still loading it. For some reason, it's not come in yet.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not popping up on GR2 either, but severe thunderstorm warning is in effect. We don't have the box. So again, this is tracking right up north of M59. This is going to be hitting, so I'm going to switch it to roads here. So this is right over Highland Charter Township right now. This is heading right into the White Lake area in the next minute. If not on top of you guys already, this is going to be heading up towards Ruggles Farm Market, Alpine Valley, Pontiac Lake Road, White Lake Road, Tegardine Road, Indian Springs Metro Park. Eventually up towards Shepherd's Hollow Golf Club, Bay Court Park, crossing Andersonville Road. Did they not issue a warning? They went special weather statement? I swear I got a notification for severe on my phone.
It auto posted via Ready Warn, so it was a
Right,
warning.
and we just had a special alert statement pop up for that storm, so I'm not. Of our. Not sure, but there is a severe thunderstorm warning. We're just not seeing the box right now, which is really, really weird. But we're going to kind of treat this special weather statement as the warning box. I'm going to continue to go over roads here because it's heading right into the radar site, which is in the.
I got a view of the shelf to my left. You want to take?
What'd you say?
It's on my. I got a view of the shelf cloud on my camera here.
Okay. Oh. Why is? Oh yeah, right there. Let me bump you up there, and we'll go radar split. There we go. There's a shelf cloud in Livonia County.
I'm about to turn about a mile or so.
So this is okay. Yeah, so Indian Springs Metro Park, Shepherd's Hollow Golf Club, Springfield, Andersonville, Davisburg, eventually the I-75 corridor. If you guys know any of these roads that I'm listing off, hopefully that helps. Dixie Highway, of course. US 24 would be in the path of this storm in the village of Clarkson. Clarkson itself, of course. Drayton Plains, Waterford Township, Williams Lake, Lotus Lake, McKeat, Mesa Day Lake, I think is how you pronounce it. Again, if I'm butchering them, don't mind me, but I'm sure you guys know where these places are at. Gale Road also.
If you want to update my name to Monroe County, you can. I don't know if I can do it from my end or not.
I got you. Don't worry. Severe just did pop in finally. All right, so we got the details finally on our radar. We're going to bring it back full here. Here's your box. This includes northwestern Oakland County. including the radar site, and details are as follows. National Weather Service, Detroit Pontiac has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for western Oakland County until 4 p.m., so it's in effect for the next 57 minutes. This is radar indicated 60-mile-per-hour winds and penny-sized hail. Impact, expect damage to roof siding and trees. Severe thunderstorm will be near Clarkston around 3:05, so in the next minute. I believe you guys have a little bit more time than that, but it is precautionary. So you guys want, if you guys are in Clarkston, take shelter now. And then we also have Oxford at 3:20 p.m. Other locations impacted by severe thunderstorm include Davisburg, White Lake, Holly State Recreation Area, Commerce, Leonard, Rose Center, Lake Orion, Waterford, and Wixom. This includes Interstate 75 between miles markers 68 or 86 and 102 for your protection. Move to interior room on the lowest floor of the building. So severe thunderstorm warning, northwest Oakland County. This is the only warning in effect right now. We also have this new special alert statement up here for Sandusky, Crosswell into Sanilac County. This is going to be 4-mile-per-hour winds, pea-sized hail, radar indicated there. Severe thunderstorm is heading. I'm going to loop it for you guys. I don't have like the tracker line on GR2, but I can loop it for you guys. You can kind of see how it's bowing out, heading right into the radar site. This is the storms that were in Macomb County and St. Clair County are putting out an outflow boundary. We will have to see how that interacts with our severe thunderstorm warning. Clouding boundaries could include or could induce more severe weather. So yes, our severe thunderstorm warning is finally in, everybody. It's that orange box, as you can see there in Oakland County. Again, we have special alert statements all up and down this line. Strong storms heading up here into northern Tuscola County and eventually western Huron County, kind of just going up and down the line here. Strong storms, Shiawassee County, still in that special alert statement. I'm going to lose my voice here at some point. Pray for my voice. Lapeer County, you guys are in for some stronger storms right now. Again, those outflow boundaries are kind of heading towards each other. Right over Metamora and Imlay City, so we'll have to watch that. And then again, our severe thunderstorm warning here, Village of Clarkston, directly impacted. Feeder cells kind of here in southeastern Oakland County and Macomb County. Those are not severe at the current time. Same story down here for Wayne. And then, of course, we have the shelf cloud, which Ryan is tracking moving into Monroe County right now. You can see his dot there just to the northwest of Dundee. This entire thing from Washtenaw down towards Lenawee County is producing a shelf cloud. So that could be indicative of some gusty winds here in the near future. But as of right now, we're not seeing anything in terms of that. So this damaging wind is now moving directly over the radar site. Look at that bow. 6-mile-per-hour winds, quarter-size hail, moving off to the northeast at 35 miles per hour. And that's kind of the same story for the rest of the storms in terms of storm movement, moving off to the northeast at 35. So that was kind of a really, really quick rundown. Again, there's a lot of comments coming in, so I won't be able to get to them all unless they're, if they're highlighted, I'll be able to pick them apart a little bit easier. So if you want to send a super chat, go ahead. Highland, Michigan, severe thunderstorm warning just issued. No tornado weather today. We only have one severe thunderstorm warning out there right now. We have a new member on our YouTube channel, Dry Oatmeal. Thank you, or welcome to the channel. Appreciate your support. Hope you stick around, and as always, stay weather aware out there. Lots of comments. Bay County.
Got a good view here. If you want to take me partial or full, I'll be intercepting this at Cone Road, US 23 area.
Nice. You can see a little bit of a whale's mouth developing under there.
Yep. We're going to core punch this.
Nice. So there is what we call a whale's mouth, which is on the backside or underneath side of a shelf cloud. And that is indicative of some good turbulence up there in the atmosphere. So winds are churning, but not quite to the surface there in Monroe County. Again, if you're watching on Facebook, watching on YouTube, feel free to drop a like. Helps the algorithm for you and your neighbors. You never know who you're saving or who can use this information. And again, feel free to share with anybody that you may know that is in line of this these storms today. We will be tracking severe thunderstorms throughout the summer. We have already covered all the severe weather events this year so far, and we continue to not miss a beat here at MSC.
You want to say winds are probably 30, maybe gusts to 40 out ahead of this line here.
Yeah, I believe it. We have looking at velocity. I'm going to pause it because it's a little bit laggy right now. Picking up. I mean, it's obviously elevated a little bit, but we have 48 knots at about 3,500 feet in your general vicinity. So not surprised it's mixing to the surface, though. Again, no tornado threat today. Don't expect that to be a huge issue. Gusty winds now moving over the radar site. Ryan's out taking pictures right now on the side of the road. That's a really cool shot. Wow. Again, that's Monroe County near Dundee. Not severe. He's doing his kind of Reed Timmer pose there. Speed of the storm is 35 miles per hour. So yeah, gusty winds entering Village of Clarkston right now, crossing US 24 and I-75 as we speak. Also M15 in the path of these storms. Maybe Road, Walden Road, Shashabal Road. Hopefully I pronounced that right. This is going to be passing to the north of Drayton Plains, Waterford Township area. This is north of M59 right now. Hopefully you guys know where some of these areas are located. Hopefully that helps you out a little bit. It's the only severe thunderstorm warning in the state right now. Now Ryan's starting to get rain down there and with the gusty winds. If you're liking what you're seeing, hit that thumbs up button. We appreciate it. None of this is possible without you guys, of course. So got you covered. One of our Chaser Partner Network members, Robert, is in Lapeer right now. Not currently in our waiting room right now, so he's not currently able to live chase, but he's underneath a strong shower in downtown Lapeer, also in heading towards Metamora. Special weather statement up here in, I'm blanking, Sanilac County, yes. Yep, sorry. Crosswell, Applegate, Port Sanilac included in the special weather statement, as well as Carsonville. The storm's kind of moving more to the north than anything. You kind of see it a little bit back building to the west. But wow, look at that whale's mouth. That's incredible.
Yeah, if you want to take my camera here, I can get you a better shot of my window. Winds are cranking out ahead of this thing, though.
Yeah. Look at that turbulence for sure. You can see there's the edge of your shelf out there in the distance. Looks different from when you're underneath it for sure. And I believe, did Ben and Nate, did you guys want to take yours live? Did you have anything to see or no? Don't believe so. Okay. They're fixing their camera right now. If you guys need to take your shot live, just let us know, of course. Comments coming in. Hail in White Lake. If you're able to safely take a picture of that, by all means send that in to the National Weather Service first and foremost. And then feel free to post it on any of our posts on our page that are not the live stream. Because again, we cannot see pictures here on the live stream. It's just chat. Waterford, you're starting to see some of those gusty winds now as well. It looks like it's starting to bow a little bit further to the south. So this is heading right into Pontiac probably soon. Yeah, some gusty winds there at the radar site. So this is actually heading right down M59 now in Oakland County, so just north of Union Lake. So heading for you guys. Auburn Hills eventually as well. I know you guys are outside the warning box, but if this does continue to move a little bit further to the south, then it will head for you guys. But Oxford, Ortonville, you guys are in this warning. Ortonville's kind of further away from where the gusty era winds are at right now, so you guys are okay, but still shelter just in case. We have special weather statement now in for this big shelf cloud down here that Ryan is tracking. This is included for eastern Lenawee, all of Monroe, all of Wayne, eastern Washtenaw, extreme southeastern corner of Livingston County, southern Oakland County, and southern Macomb County. This is in effect for 40-mile-per-hour winds and pea-sized tail radar indicated, moving to the east at 35 miles per hour. So this line down here is heading more east compared to everything else up here. Zooming back up to the thumb, these storms are still starting to pop here as they head towards Bach, Owendale, Pigeon, and Huron County. Subsevere, of course. Vassar, a little bit of a stronger storm there as well. Wasso, kind of the same story. They've kind of had just storms firing over and over again there in Shiawassee County. I would not be surprised if you guys get some sort of flood advisory or flood warning sometime soon. I noticed my camera's freezing, which is really weird. If you guys can never hear me, just let me know in chat. But it looks like it's coming through fine now. The timing map is up on our Facebook page from last night. We will say that most of the severe action should be out of southeast Michigan, eastern Michigan by 7 o'clock tonight. 8 to 9 at the latest. But it is early. These storms are pushing through at a good clip. But we also have redevelopment back off to the west here. You can see a little bit of a storm popping up here in Vermontville and Eaton County. A couple showers and potentially storms starting to develop over in Kalamazoo, Cass, Van Buren, down towards Berrien County as well. We'll have to keep an eye on those, of course. But short term right now is still the severe thunderstorm warning currently entering the village of Clarkston. Really hope we don't lose radar because that would be a huge loss for southeast Michigan. This is right over the radar site right now. It's in the cone of silence, as we like to call it. Why it's called the cone of silence is because you have the beam shooting out at a 0.5 degree angle, and anywhere above that is just not covered. Angles go all the way up to like 20 degrees, but actually you can kind of see that here on the right side of the screen. You can see where the buttons are. 19.5 is the highest looking beam, and so anything kind of above that tilt is just can't see it. So if you live in this area, it's always tough to kind of tell what's going on, but the National Weather Service is located right there, so they have the eyes on the ground. So they're always kind of just that radius is always going to be covered no matter what. Still looking here. Waiting for an update again. Hopefully we get an update. 9:12, 9:13. 1913 was the last update, so that's 4 minutes ago. These are in 3-minute intervals. On GR2, there's not another radar nearby. Unfortunately, we'd have to pull up Radar Omega because the Canadian radars are not on GR2, but there is one out here near London in Ontario that we could use, but again, it's going to be really far away, and at that point, you might as well use Grand Rapids. We also have the airport radar down here in Monroe, but that only does like a radius of 25 to 50 miles, so that wouldn't cover everybody. Looking in the chat, see if there's any updates from the National Weather Service here.
Looking at the, or not looking, but in Miley here, got a lot of small twigs, a couple branches down. Nothing too major at this point, but getting slammed by at least 40 to 50 mile per hour winds. So we're going to tour through town here, see if we can look at any damage, and then go from there.
Sounds good. Thank you, Ryan. Ben and Nate have, I think they had a shot. little pixelated right now. I'll keep an eye on their stream. Looks like it's a little pixelated. Oh, there we go. Kind of in and out of the trees there. A little bit of a scuddy lowering, it looks like there in between the pixels. But again, some of the service out here is a little subpar, so bear with us here. We'll bring back radar. We still don't have an update. There we go. We did get an update, everybody. Okay, we can kind of breathe easily a little bit. We got an update. You can see where the gusty winds are now. Looks like they're starting to become less of a severe winds here. These are at 45 knots now at 300 feet as compared to what they were at 60 mile per hour at 300 feet. So like Angelus, I believe is how you pronounce it, Auburn Hills, Lake Orion, in the path of these gusty winds. Looks like they're becoming sub-severe, but again, severe thunderstorm warning nonetheless. So you want to be inside, away from windows, just in case. Pontiac, this could be extending down towards you guys as well. We'll switch over to base reflectivity radar. Which is your rain radar. Still kind of congealing into one massive line here from Lapeer all the way down into Monroe County, where Ryan is at right now on US 23. It's got a lot of storms out there. So special alert statements back off to the west have been canceled for Saginaw and Bay, as well as Shiawassee. Jackson no longer in a special alert statement. Hillsdale and Western Lenawee no longer in a special alert statement. So you guys are in the clear for now. Still strong storm heading through Shiawassee County, I should say, where Ben is at. We did lose his cell service, so try and get him back. You can see Ryan has a little bit of the whale's mouth back there in Monroe County, which is really cool. Oof. All right. Lots going on. So Vermont or Nashville, that's just going to be a tiny little pop-up storm that popped up over you guys, kind of behind everything else. Again, we're watching the potential for redevelopment back here. So again, that's why we said the all clear for today is not until 7 for a lot of these areas, because we could still see other storms pop up. And if instability is still great, then you never know what could happen. We could see some more strong storms. But right now, the only severe thunderstorm that we do have is here in Oakland County, heading up towards Oxford and over towards Lake Orion, as well as Auburn Hills, southern extent. Like the emergency app you guys recommended, I like how I can set a radius for storms. Yes. For those who don't know, on your phones, if you want another app just for safekeeping that sounds for weather alerts, you can download Emergency, just how it's spelled. I'll throw the banner up here really quick if I can. Oh, I don't have it on here. Sorry. It's called Emergency, and it's by Red Cross. You can find it on the App Store, and it's completely free. And you can, as Depopulation said in the YouTube comments here, you can set your radius for your warnings. Not sponsored, of course, but we want to make sure you guys always have your ways to stay warned. Again, we advertise 6 different ways to receive warning, and it's good to have more than one. Sorry, but it looks like if I'm looking off to the left here, this is actually where my monitor is at for the live stream and the radar. So I'm not looking out the window all the time. I'm looking at everything that's coming in. Washtenaw is in a special weather statement if you live in Ann Arbor right now, yes. Shelby Township, you guys are in special weather statement as well right now. So expect a decent storm, a good looking shelf cloud structure as well, as you can see on Ryan's stream there, who's in Monroe County. Storms are moving off to the east for some locations and off to the northeast for other locations at 35 miles per hour on average. So moving relatively slow-ish today, you could say. It's kind of an average speed for a thunderstorm. I have clouds developing at my place here in Mount Pleasant. I haven't even checked the radar where I'm at in a while, because here in Mount Pleasant, we're kind of already behind the storms for the day, with pop-ups still possible later. Let me just double check. Okay, we have a thunderstorm starting to pop up now in Livonia County. As we head towards Big Rapids, not severe. So one severe thunderstorm warning, as we keep mentioning here, for Oakland County. And we're your source for all things severe here in Michigan, 24/7, 365 days a year. We even cover winter storms in the winter sometimes. It's not our cup of tea, but we like to cover them just in case. You guys should never be in the dark on Michigan weather. So, yeah. Feel free to follow along. Give us a follow on Facebook or whatever platform you're watching on. Subscribe on YouTube. That's free, of course. See if there's any update from the severe thunderstorm warning. Still remains in effect till 4. Thunderstorm at 3:14 was located over Clarkson, 9 miles, also 9 miles northwest of Pontiac, moving northeast at 30, 6 mile per hour wind gust. Penny-sized hail, still a hazard to the storm. So it's sub-severe hail, but the wind gusts is the reason why it went severe warn. This will be around Oxford here in the next 5 minutes. Still includes I-75 10 mile markers, 86 and 102. And we're going to duopane this. It looks like it's gusting a little bit here, right in Oxford, by 3:30, but it's pretty much over Oxford at this point. A couple other isolated pockets of potentially downburst winds here, entering Plymouth, Livonia, Salem, Northville, and heading up towards Farmington Hills and Dearborn Heights. You can see these little, on the right side here, a little pocket of stronger winds. This is 50 knots at 1,400 feet, so it's a little bit off the ground, but something we're watching nonetheless. Ben and Nate are backstage. I'll add them back in. They're looking at some heavy, heavy rains right now in Shiawassee County. Yeah, you kind of see round A, B, and C here all on the same radar. Single box it. A, B, C in round 1. D is going to be back here somewhere else. And then round 2 is still firing in Wisconsin right now. And that's going to be for the UP tonight, mainly Western UP. And if it can cross the lake, we could see some just generic thunderstorms, likely sub-severe for northwest lower peninsula of Michigan. So Manistee, Mason, Benzie, Grand Traverse, Leelanau, Oceana, Lake, Wexford counties would probably be most at risk for a second line tonight. And it's on our Facebook page if you want to go back and look at it. We do have the timing start map up, and then attached in the comments is the timing end map. Oops, I'm just going to block that. Delete that comment. No spam, of course. That's an instant. That's nothing tolerable there. If it's going to be spammy, we're going to block it immediately. Did not mean to click it. I'm sorry, everybody. Just trying to block it. Stay hydrated. Actually, a good idea. I'm going to take a... For those who were in the YouTube chat before we started the live, you'll know I only had a bagel today so far. Fun fact. So I'm surviving on a bagel and some water. Severe thunderstorm warning still in effect for Oakland County, northwest Oakland, north central Oakland. It looks like it's about to outrun its box here soon. So we would probably see an extension of either the warning or a special weather statement here for southern Lapeer, Imlay City, Elmont and Dryden in the next, I'd say probably 10 minutes. Livingston County, Brighton, you guys are going to be in some heavier rains right now. Break is coming, though, in the next probably 30 to 50 minutes for Brighton. So you can see the loop there. This is the only thing that's still coming. Some moderate rain in Chelsea. That'll be heading up towards Brighton. Otherwise, it looks like a little bit of a gap here in Jackson County where nothing's occurring. We still have to watch these thunderstorms here off to the west later tonight. Again, we anticipate anything that's going to be severe is going to be within one of these A, B, or C lines today. And those outflow boundaries just collided. So you can see how when we talk about outflow boundaries colliding, so you can kind of see right here, here's the outflow boundary number 1, and here's outflow boundary number 2. If I loop it, you can see them get closer and closer and closer. And they interact right here in Brown City and pop up a little tiny cell. So meteorology is cool like that. Yeah, I'm a poor college student. I don't really have the funds to make a snack box.
FYI, Joe, I'm not sure if you mentioned it or not, but we have development back on the west side of the state again.
Yes. Yep, that is, again, that's going to be Kalamazoo, Cass, entering St. Joseph County.
As far as where I'm at, Milan area, just a lot of minor wind damage, a lot of twigs down, minor, medium-sized tree branches as well, but most everything is intact there, so not too much. And then as far as power outages go, I haven't seen anything. A lot of street flooding, though, so it's dumping a lot of rain.
Thank you for the update, Ryan. We also have my live camera out there. Gaps of sun coming in the distance. This is behind all the action here in Isabel County and Mount Pleasant. Just a quick update there. Back to the radar. Heavier downpours start to move their way into Mount Morris, Flushing, and eventually into Flint. Check it out on velocity there. Ryan, you seeing that?
Where at? Oh. Okay.
This is going to be Durand Schwartz Creek. We have a little bit of a notch there, which, again, we don't expect spin-ups, but usually, at the very least, when we have a notch like that, that can be kind of embedded bowing segments or even like a tiny little spin-up. But we're not seeing much in terms of outbound winds. It's just we have all inbound winds, but nothing outbound. But we'll keep an eye on it. This is going to be Durand and Bancroft. Ben and Nate are not live right now, but I'm sure they can probably hear the stream. They're in Perry, so they're going to be right behind it. Again, it's heading up towards Schwartz Creek and Flint. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. This is behind A and B. Grand Blanc would be downstream for that. Back over to the severe thunderstorm warning. Oxford, it's directly over you right now. A little bit of a pocket of damaging winds potentially there up the road from Oxford, heading into southern Lapeer County, south of Metamora. Special weather statement still in effect out here for Sanilac County. Storm is about to outrun its course here in the next probably 10 minutes. 40 mile per hour winds, pea-sized hail still possible. And then we have the big blanketed special weather statement down here in Wayne County, southern Macomb, southern Oakland, and Monroe counties. At this time, we could pretty much clear Washington off from the special weather statement at this time. Just some downpouring rains there in Ann Arbor and Ypsi, as well as down in Lenawee County, Adrian, as well as Blissfield and Britain. So you guys should be out of that special weather statement at this point. Excuse me. Getting sore. Jacqueline with a super sticker, $20 super sticker. Thank you very much, Jacqueline. Appreciate your support very much. Maybe I can get a snack basket now. Appreciate it very much. Again, subscribing. Any way you guys can support us, we appreciate it. So thank you very much. Best way to support us, of course, is subscribing for free on YouTube and following our pages on X and Facebook. We have 135,000 of you guys on Facebook. Feel free to up the count over there if you haven't checked it out. That's where we post all our content. All our video content, of course, will be over here on YouTube as always. Our video projects, I should say. So if you want to follow or subscribe for free on YouTube if you haven't already. We're also closing in on 10,000 subscribers here on YouTube. So appreciate you guys as always. A little bit of a damaging, we're not going to say damaging, but a little bit of a gusty wind within the range folded here and over Romulus. So anything you see here in purple on the velocity product is something we call range folded, and that is just simply bad data. Okay, so it's you have returning data and outgoing data hitting each other at the same time, and it just creates a little bit of a mess. So what they do is they just put purple dots, purple pixels there where that's occurring. A little bit of a gust now as well, heading up northeast of Plymouth. More urban populations here, Clarenceville as well. I believe that is M5 corridor. Not familiar with my southeast roads as of yet, but Farmington, just south of Farmington, heading up towards Southfield. A little bit of a notch there embedded within the line. Keep an eye on that. A couple stronger winds potentially here in Wolverine Lake and Commerce, heading towards Orchard Lake Village and Kego Harbor. Gusty winds now for the severe thunderstorm warning that was in Oakland County. These are pretty much outside of Oakland County at this point, heading up into southern Lapeer. And then again, we're watching this little interesting notch here just to the east of Durand and north of Gaines. We'll look at some chats behind the screen here because we have some chats that I like to look at. We will say right now, if you live in Southeast Michigan, feel free to share the stream with your Southeast Michigan friends, as well as Eastern Michigan friends. Those who live in Sand Lake, Lapeer, Macomb, can share it with them. Direct link can be shared on Facebook or YouTube. Don't know what the rest of the day entails, but we are watching potentially more gusty winds. Power out in Livonia, that would probably be this little gusty wind right there. And we'll have to see if any warnings are coming in. I'm going to actually send that report in. Reports of power from Livonia. Severe. Okay, cool. Appreciate you guys' reports as always. Again, if you have damage reports, anything else that you guys want to share, feel free to share it with us, of course. Pictures can be sent to us. Don't send them under the stream again. It's always nice to kind of, I'm going to repeat myself a lot today, of course, because we have people coming in, going out. If you have reports to send in, pictures and stuff, do not put them under the stream here. Put them in one of our other posts. And for everything that we have here, please send them to the National Weather Service as well. They appreciate reports so much. If you have a damaging wind report, especially if we're seeing that in Livonia right now, they need to know that as soon as possible. And so they can issue the warning on that. This again would be heading up towards the Southfield and Royal Oak areas, eventually down the road there in southern Oakland County, northern Wayne County. A lot of comments coming in here. Lots and lots of comments. Again, we have Ryan and myself in here today covering studio operations. Of course, Ryan's out chasing locally right now, so I'm only one in here in the studio. Nick may be in here later after work. He's out at probably 5 or 6, but we'll see how much is excuse me, how much is still severe at that point. So not sure if we have anybody covering Messenger right now because Alex and Chandler, they're going to be busy today because they're doing that Ziegler event, the Ziegler Motorsports event with Carson Hocevar, the NASCAR driver, raising funds for the Portage tornado victims from May 7th. So again, if you're in the Kalamazoo area tonight, around, I believe that's going to be at 6 o'clock tonight, feel free to go check that out. Again, all donations there go towards Village of Portage. So not sure if we have anyone covering Messenger right now, but we'll get to those eventually.
I'm in it. I'm handling those.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it's interesting to see. They might have to do, they should do quicker scans because right now we're getting 3 to 5 minute intervals right now on the radar. And I don't think that's, just going to sales mode, which is going to be like 2-minute scans. The only problem is, of course, they can't do it super fast because then it spins way too fast. It's got to go through, as we can see right now on the right side of the screen, there's 14 different tilts. So every radar scan, it has to start, it starts at the bottom, most important scan, of course. And then it does the next elevation, next elevation, next elevation, next elevation, next. Gets to all 14, and then it goes back down to the ground. So it takes, 3 minutes. It sometimes can take 2 minutes to get all 14 of those scans in before it goes to the next one. So we have to be patient, of course. They can only go so fast, but right now 4-minute scans is a little slow. So if you're in Southfield, definitely you want to be inside at the current moment. Special alert statement. They could probably go ahead and can pretty much go ahead and say that anywhere in the special alert statement for Sanilac County and northern St. Clair County, you guys are good. Again, we have storms approaching from the east. Or from the west. Wow, I can't do directions today. Approaching from the west. We still have a notch here in Schwartz Creek that we're watching closely. This will be heading into Flint and Grand Blanc here in the next 5 to 10, maybe in 15 minutes for further down the road. National Weather Service Detroit says thanks for the reports for those who are in Livonia. Sorry, I just like to say west is east and east is west sometimes. It's just a bug I have in me. If only I could have like a personal brain update, it would be great. Potentially some gusty winds here, maybe right now in Monroe County. This is going to be looking at 47 knots of wind at 3,200 feet. So unclear if it's mixing to the ground, but again, this is why ground truth is so important. So if you guys have like anemometers or any home weather stations and you can read back your not damaging winds, just general wind reports, we do appreciate those. Imagine the severe is going to be canceled here shortly. There's only so much we can do with 4-minute radar scans right now. Kind of just going up and down the same line. Huron County is starting to get battered by both these lines now. If you live on the east side, Harbor Beach, Ruth, Minden City. We're going to switch over velocity product here really quick, or vertically integrated liquid product. Minden City or Ruth could have a little bit of hail core there. Looking down the line, there'll be some small hail in southeastern Lapeer County, Inlay City, Metamora, Almont, kind of splitting Dryden over towards Burrville and St. Clair County. And then we have potentially a little bit of hail popping up here just south of Clarenceville. Unclear as to how much. It kind of doesn't really match up with a hail core, though, so kind of take that with a grain of salt. Looks like Livonia is getting battered pretty much right now. North side of Livonia. This is heading, we got a new scan in now. That little velocity couplet is now heading directly towards Southfield. So this is across the county line. This is now in Oakland County. Southfield. So there's a lot of roads in this area. Let me pull them up here. Let's get my bearings here really quick. So this is going to be crossing over US 24 in the next minute. This is just on the north side of M102 right now, as well as 9 Mile Road, 10 Mile Road, crossing Berg Road here as well in the next 2 minutes. Glacier Road, I believe is how you pronounce it, and Civic Center Drive in the next 3. The interchange of 696, M10, and Evergreen Road probably in the next 5 minutes. And this is heading up into Southfield in the next 6 or 7 minutes. So hopefully those gives you an idea of what's going on there. It's going to stay pretty much north of M39. But Southfield is in the direct path of potentially a little bit of a gusty wind couplet, we like to call it. Usually we would look for rotation in this, but we don't really have much of a tornado threat for today. Already passed US 24. Yeah, this is our radar scans are 4 minutes apart, so this is probably 3 minutes old already at this point. So this is already over US 24. Thank you very much. So this is entering Southfield in the next minute or two at this point, crossing over M10 and Interstate 696. This is going to head kind of just to the south side of Beverly Hills and south of 12 Mile. Zooming back out, we're going to look at that couplet again in Gratiot County, or sorry, not Gratiot, wow, Genesee County, Schwartz Creek, still directly over you guys. This is kind of bowing out a little bit as it heads into downtown Flint and Grand Blanc north side, north of Lake Fenton as well. Severe thunderstorm warning still in effect here until 4. We'll see if that gets canceled here early. So you can see it's kind of just some heavier rain in it. The storm that was warned is all the way up here in Elmont at this point, here in southeast Lapeer County, entering St. Clair County. But we don't see much in the way of severe winds. Gusty winds still a threat there. Flushing kind of also in the same spot with that notch there. Wait. No, you guys are already past the notch. My bad. Yeah, feel free to, if you're new here, feel free to hit the subscribe, the follow button. Again, we appreciate it. Best way to support the channel for free. We cover all severe weather events here in Michigan, including the ones like today. We started this whole operation back in 2023 is when we really took off with our live streaming. We've covered everything since 2023. So we were on Weberville, we were on Comstock Park, we were on Perry, just to name a few. We were on Grand Blanc earlier this year. We called it out 20 minutes in advance. So we're always going to be the eyes in the sky throughout the summer. Unique situation today. Of course, we like to say we go live when it goes severe. We went live when it went special weather statement today. Kind of just as a precautionary measure. We won't always go live for special weather statements like this, but today was just a little bit of an exception, and eventually it did go severe, as you can see. So cool watching the rain come across the fields. Never gets old. Yes. Kind of a cool effect. I know some people have probably seen the effect before where it's raining on one side of the street and it's sunny on the other. So could have some instances of that today. It looks like we lost our gusty wind notch now. You can see how the brighter greens kind of went away as it heads in the south field. So that's good. Still probably going to be a little bit gusty there. So heads up towards Royal Oak and Clawson and Beverly Hills. But wind gusts south of the 40 mile per hour mark. And again, these storms are moving off to the east at 35 miles per hour. So if you can do the math on that for some of you guys' locations within this line, that'd be great. I do not have radar Omega on my computer, so I can't really do the tracks of certain cities in the path and accurate times. But if we had radar Omega in here, we'd be able to do that. Looks like Orion is back at his place, getting his radar set back up here. Another water break. And back into the radar. Flint, this line of stronger storms, heavier rain showers at the least with cloud ground lightning moving into Flint in the next 5 minutes. So now is your chance to take precautionary measures. We do have these cells popping up here back in Barry and Kalamazoo County, as well as St. Joseph and Cass, subsevere at this time. Moving off to the east at a relatively the same speed. We do have a new special weather statement that just came in, and this is going to be for, yes, our previously severe thunderstorm warned storm in Oakland County. Special weather statement now for eastern Lapeer, southwestern Sanilac, and western St. Clair counties. This is for 50-mile-per-hour winds. So just below severe criteria, 50-mile-per-hour winds, pea-sized hail, radar indicated impact. Gusty winds could knock down tree limbs, blow objects around, unsecured objects around. Minor damage to outdoor objects is possible. Locations impacted by this special weather statement include Imlay City, Elmont, Yale, K-Pac, I believe is how I pronounce it. If I'm wrong, obviously correct me. Brown City, Dryden, Melvin, Lum, Attica, Brockway, Burnside, Goodland Township, Lynn Township, Valley Center, Allenton, and Roseburg. Includes Interstate 69 between mile markers 159 and 181. Let's see if Velocity has anything here. You can kind of see the brighter reds here directly over Imlay City and Elmont at this current time. These will again push off to the northeast. So it looks like our special weather or severe thunderstorm warning has just been canceled. That's good. It's allowed to expire 10 minutes early for Oakland County. So Oakland County, you guys are in the clear right now. We do have still strong storms in the area, though, especially on the eastern side of the county. So just because the warning was canceled does not mean you're out of it yet. You can see here winds 30 to 40 miles per hour still could be moving through, especially in the southeast corner of Oakland County. And those will make their way into southern Macomb County. Let's see, any more comments here? These storms getting weaker. These storms are maintaining strength at this current time. A lot of instability out there today. A lot of lift and a lot of moisture. So we like to say slim for those who are here early in the broadcast or just frequent visitors to our Facebook page. When we post slim, we like to say shear, lift, instability, moisture. That's what it stands for. Those are the ingredients for severe weather. We have 3 of 4. We don't have the necessary shear out there, which is your winds spinning with height. So a lot of moisture, though. So a lot of downpours out there today and a lot of damaging winds possible. Gusty winds now crossing 75, heading into Flint here in the next 2 minutes. If not on top of you, Grand Blanc in the next 4 minutes. Burton, same story. Shorts Creek, it's already over, you guys. Kind of see that here with the brighter greens along the front. Glad Ryan's back because my voice needs a break. I know you got 1 minute. But SBC risk today, no tornado threat. We have a special marine warning way up here for Huron Beach, Rogers City. I do not have radar Omega pulled up, so I'm not going to switch it to that, but looks like there could be a strong storm in Presque Isle County. Presque Isle. I know Eel and Isle are kind of interchangeable here in the state of Michigan. Like, for example, Grosse Eel. Let's see. Looks like some showers moving north here across Wayne County into southern Macomb. It's kind of different from the rest of the line there. So you rock it back and forth. We also have the stronger shower heading into New Haven and New Baltimore. So nothing severe at the current time, which is good. A couple special weather statements out there, 2 of them to be exact right now, and special marine warnings now in effect for Lake St. Clair and the Detroit River, as well as the western side of Lake Erie for gusty winds moving on shore there, as well as offshore Presque Isle County. This offshore of Presque County is for 34 knots and small hail. Ryan, if you're able to control the radar in the background, you don't have to talk, but if you want to put the radar on for northern lower really quick, just to see what the cells will look like up there. Can't forget about them. And I will throw your Omega up. Looks like it's definitely some gusty winds there. North of Moltke. Aquioc, Hammond. Yeah, this is Ryan on the stream. A lot of little streamer showers, they look like there. Movement mainly to the north-northeast there, about 40 miles per hour. Just to kind of cover you guys there, northern lower for a quick sec before we switch back to southeast Michigan. Nothing severe up there at the current time. And we go back here. And now it looks like it's kind of congealed into two big lines. So we have line one here from Sand Lac down into Wayne and Monroe. Monroe County, you guys are pretty much almost out of it at this point. Some rain kind of letting up there. And then line two from western Huron through Tuscola and down into Flint, Genesee County areas. That's going to be line two. And then we have thunderstorms starting to develop here. We like to say part C, part D. Back off in southern Michigan, Kalamazoo County right now getting hit the hardest in terms of just kind of downpour rains. Berry County, kind of an isolated cell moving through the forest there over Hastings. Eventually heading towards Nashville, Woodland, Vermontville in the next half hour. Back over here, I'm going to go to velocity really quick because that's kind of the thing we're been watching today, which is your winds. We just had an update come in. Not seeing anything still in terms of severe, which is really good, but gusty winds still a threat, 40 miles per hour. Comment coming in from Facebook says you have to drive in Genesee County, Flint, Flushing area. Be careful. Lots of flooding in the roadways. Yes, with our moisture content being the way it is today, you want to watch out for flooded roadways. Turn around, don't drown, of course, is the saying. What else? A couple comments coming in here. We could see a couple of flood advisories go in effect here for the places that are getting some training, showers and storms. Again, we'll be live here for a little bit longer. We may, once these two big lines exit the thumb and there's nothing severe, we may cut the stream because again, it's unclear if anything else is going to go severe later tonight back here off to the west. But as of right now, we're going to stay live for the next couple hours, probably next 2 hours here as these two lines maintain their way through eastern Michigan. So Ryan, whenever you're ready, pull yourself in. I'm still going over radar here. Special weather statement still in effect, as always.
I'm here. I'm just doing a lot of comment searching and message catching up.
Gotcha. Okay. Western St. Clair, southern Sanilac, and eastern Lapeer County at this time. It's not really any isolated pockets to kind of track, so it's kind of just up and down the line here in terms of the radar. We'll split screen it just to kind of give you guys an idea what we're looking at here. Potentially a little bit of a hail core over in Ruth. Switch to VIL. Yes, a little bit of a potential small hail following in Ruth there in Huron County, as well as down here near Sandusky. Potentially up and down the line here on the county line between Lapeer and St. Clair counties. Unconfirmed, though, of course. And within these heavier downpours heading into downtown Detroit and Hamtramck at this current time. Tigers do not have a home game today, so it's good for them. They don't have to worry about a rain delay of any sorts, or for people who are trapped, it would be potentially traveling to the game. So it's okay. I'll get food at some point.
If you need to go get food, I got this for a second.
You sure? I was gonna go make myself some sandwiches.
Yeah. Go for it.
So if you're still attending to comments, I'll just stay here.
No, I'm going through some of these photos here. I'm just kind of trying to pinpoint some stuff. But if you need to go eat, go eat. I got you.
Gotcha.
Let me just get my earpiece in.
Delayed report: 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts heading to downtown Detroit. That was 20 minutes ago. So if you're prepared for that, if you're in downtown Detroit, an extreme eastern Wayne County at this point. All right, fine. One like, and I'll go get food. Okay, we got 5. All right, sounds good. I'll go get food then. Ryan, you got this then?
Yeah, I got it. I'm just gonna get my stuff up here, and I'll be good to go in about a minute. You go. I got it. Go ahead.
Okay, sounds good. I will keep my camera in here, but I'll go get some food then. I'll be back in about 5 minutes.
All right. Thank you, Joel.
Yeah, no problem.
Go ahead and take my radar on here real quick. All right. So good news so far today is that we don't really have too much in the way of severe weather. We had one warning there in Oakland. I think that's about all we've had for severe. The storm I was on in the Milan area was producing some pretty gusty winds that were probably close to severe, but probably just not, quite to that threshold. But overall, these storms are continuing to move on, or should I say, closer to Lake Huron, Ontario, and also Lake Erie here as well. So this is only round 1. We do expect a couple other potential rounds here. We already see some development back here from Kalamazoo, some showers up there in Lansing. Unclear how strong these are going to get, although we don't currently expect these to be severe. We're going to watch these close just in case. We also have another round up here in the UP. We're going to be tracking these storms as there is a severe threat potentially up there today as well, a little bit later on this evening. So we got a couple areas to watch. This is only round 1, but this was the main concern for today. And so far, it hasn't really developed, as we had originally thought. We expected a few more warnings, what we've gotten. So that's good news. Always don't want to, you never want to see that. We never want to see severe weather and damage to stuff like that. But so far, though, it's mostly just some gusty winds, and I don't think we've had any hail reports today out of these storms. Looking at velocity, though, we do have some pockets still of heavier wind gusts potentially along this line, up towards like 30 or 40 miles per hour. So still not severe, but still enough to kind of warrant your attention. Get inside, hunker down, get your trash bins inside, and you don't need to take shelter, but just be indoors as these storms pass. There's a lot of lightning, heavy rain, and likely some gusty winds. So area Sterling Heights, Shelby Charter Township, Romeo, Armada, Richmond, New Haven, Macomb Township, Clinton Township, Warren, all those areas about to be impacted by this line. Further north here into the Thumb region, Brockway, Speaker, Yale, Peck, eventually Lexington, Port Sanilac areas through the Thumb. A couple statements here in effect. This one's going to be for nickel-size hail and 50-mile-per-hour winds up here in Huron County. Keep an eye on that storm down here for the Brockway, K-Pack area. Looking at, again, 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts and pea-size hail. So these storms are like just below severe limits here. 58 miles per hour is your threshold for severe. And these are statements, up to 50. So we're almost there, but just not quite. We're missing that wind shear today in the right areas of the atmosphere, which is kind of holding back this threat, this threat, which is really good news. 242 alerts, yes, it does. Most of those are going to be hydro flood warnings, almost 200 flood warnings in the United States here. So in Michigan, only a few special weather statements here exist. I'm sure they're probably going to cancel this one down here, Lenawee, Washtenaw, Monroe, and Wayne. probably get a cancellation of this big old blue box here. These storms are crossing over into Ontario as well as Lake St. Clair, and also Lake Huron eventually, as well as Erie. Strongest storms look to be up here north of Detroit. Particularly, there's an area here heading into Macomb Township. It looks to be a little bit more on the heavier wind gust side, upwards of 50 or so miles per hour. It's fairly close to the radar here as well, so we could be seeing those translate down to the ground. So if you're up here between Macomb and Washington Townships here near Davis, Preston Corners, Wolcott Mill, Race Center, these are some gustier winds potentially heading in your way. Up here, we got a spike. Oh, check this out. We got a spike here by Yale of some damaging winds potentially, and these are going to be upwards of 60 plus. There's 65. That's heading up toward Melvin and Speaker. Just notice that. That's a interesting pocket of winds there. So keep an eye on that. That statement there is in effect for 40 more minutes. So if you're in Speaker, Melvin, Yale, anywhere between those, Roseburg along 19 here, head indoors. This is a pocket of what on radar says it's severe at 60, 65 or so miles per hour. It's a small localized pocket here, but still an impactful pocket nonetheless. Roseburg in about 15 minutes. Speaker probably about the same. Whoopsies. That appears to be the most impactful right now. We'll see if they do a warning for this one or not. It's only one scan that I've noticed. So we'll see what they do with it. And this would be in the county of St. Clair, pushing up in toward the Tuscola, Sanilac County. Getting some messages into the page here. Pop those out real quick. And as Joel mentioned earlier, there's only so much we can do here with these 4 or 5 minute scans here. So we have to kind of wait for the new scans to come in before we get an idea if the storm is strengthening, if it's weakening. So 4 minutes is not all that long, but on days where you're tracking these storms by the minute, I mean, it's an eternity. So we have Joel back with us.
Yes. Sorry, I just slid my mic across the desk. It probably sounded like a crazy noise.
Yeah, it didn't sound too bad. I don't know if you saw it or are we talking about it, but we got a pocket here of 60 plus mile per hour winds now heading up toward Melvin and Yale.
I can see that.
Definitely interesting, but it's kind of, there's your new scan. Wait for it to pop in on the velocity side of things. Hopefully it weakens out. It just got bigger. I would expect them to put a warning on this just by the latest scan here. It's kind of widened out. And these are picking up, 60. There's actually pockets of 70 here. Directly, let's go ahead and get some road names here. Directly centered over, what roads are these? Owens Road and Jetto Road. That is the center of the heaviest winds according to radar. Could be a little bit off from that, but we're going to go ahead and switch this over here. And we're going to try something new here. We're going to try and track these roads a little bit better here on satellite. So give you guys a little bit better view.
Yeah, Melvin and Yale, you guys need to be indoors for sure.
Yep. So if you live in Speaker, Melvin, Roseburg, anywhere from Brockway Road, Burns, Line Road, Peck, you guys need to be inside. No need to go to your basement, nothing like that. This is just some wind here. We're not seeing anything tornadic. It's just going to be some intense winds, likely in this pocket here where you see these brighter reds and now yellows showing up here, indicating that these winds are 60 plus, closer to 70 on radar here as these push to the northeast. So Melvin and Speaker are next in line. They'll be on top of you in about 5 to 10 minutes. So be indoors, away from windows, and expect there to be some pretty gusty winds with this. Again, there is a statement out here for 50-mile-per-hour winds, but the radar is indicating that these winds are upwards of 60 to 70. So expectation for them to issue the warning here, as long as it continues to track onward here. You know, sometimes they like to wait, you know, a scan or two, sometimes 3, to make sure it's not just 1 or 2 scans and, you know, it's weakened. But this is the second scan that's been shown here. We'll see if that continues.
Yeah, Crosswell, you guys would be downstream of that directly in the path if it can maintain.
Croswell, you're up here. Lexington as well. Peck is right here. Speaker is right here. Highway 90. And also looks like we have Atkin out there. Applegate as well.
Yeah, that's 72 knots at 2,800 feet. So even if it's not mixing the surface, that's some strong winds.
Yeah, I got 72 miles per hour on my end. It's a good sized pocket here.
No, it's a good thing that the special large statement is at least in effect. So there was some at least warning for that. Again, 50-mile-per-hour winds in that. And we just had our notification come across on MSC Twitter. So that means it is officially a severe thunderstorm warning.
Really?
Yep.
It posted for the IEM bot?
Our own notifications are weather warn.
Check that out. St. Clair and Sanilac County until 5:15. It has not hit IEM or Radar Omega yet. So, hey, our warnings are the quickest. That's crazy. It's already posted to the page. So, yeah, severe thunderstorm warning in effect now for St. Clair as well as Sanilac counties. Just imagine a big old, just draw an imaginary box here just until they get the warning up. Roughly that area here for this area pocket of gustier winds heading, or should I say severe winds at this point, heading northeast here towards Croswell, Applegate. But immediately in line would be Speaker, Roseburg here along Brockway Road, Burns Line Road, anywhere within a 5-mile vicinity of those intersections if you guys are local to the area. There's a new scan still there, still strong, 50 to 60 plus miles per hour here, entering Speaker, between Speaker, Melvin, and Yale. That big old pocket right there. Still waiting for the warning. I wonder if there's a feed issue today.
If there is anybody who's in southern Sanilac County, let us know what you're seeing. If you have any power outages, of course, and gusty winds, we'll pass those along as needed.
Do you have the box on GR2, Joel? Because I don't have it on anything I have.
Nope. We got slow boxes today.
Yeah, something's going on with the feed, I guess, but got emergency management reporting damage in Livonia.
Mm-hmm.
Waiting for that graphic to populate so I can post. So this is officially a severe warning here, even though you don't see it on your screen. We're delayed here for some reason today. Things aren't populating through to the radars here. And it's not just Omega here. It's also GR2 and radar scope as well. We're not seeing anything populate, even though the warning has been issued.
Mm-hmm.
So that should sound off your weather radios regardless. There's potentially.
Oh, there you go.
There it is. Oh, it's a big warning. All right, just went through IEM here. I'm going to get this up on the page real quick, then go over some areas here. Still hasn't populated. Okay. Well, the main area of concern is going to be right here. We've been talking about it for a few minutes now. over Melvin, Speaker, and Yale, moving northeast here. So the box for the severe all goes all the way up here to Minden City, Forestville, Deckerville, Forester, Port Sanilac, and Sandusky, as well as Watertown, Croswell, Lexington. This storm is moving northeast here. I mean, it could very well be some gusty winds along the line up here towards Sandusky and Deckerville, but the main area of concern, it's still going to be right down here as this pushes northeast toward Lake Huron. There we go. Take a zoom out here. There it is. I can post that now. Perfect.
Yeah, the boxes just came through on Twitter or X.
It's crazy. It's a full 5 minutes behind. So again, if you guys live near Speaker, basically it's over Speaker, over Melvin and Yale, heading in toward Peck, Croswell, Applegate, Watertown. Those areas need to be indoors, away from windows immediately. Pocket of about 50 to 60 plus mile per hour winds are occurring with this cell. That was the wrong color. There we go.
I will say that notch that we were watching back in Genesee County is pretty much gone at this point. So this first line is kind of taking all the energy out of that second line behind it.
Yeah, it's really not really much anything there. New scan for velocity coming in on the right side of your screen. And looks like Speaker is getting a lot of wind. The pocket of heavier winds is directly over Speaker. So centered over 90 and 19 here. Brockway Road, as well as Burns Line Road, directly over that location. And these are radar indicated 60 to 70 mile per hour winds here. And this is heading between Croswell, Peck toward Applegate. So if you live in this warning here, it was just issued for Sanilac County, you guys need to be inside, away from windows immediately.
It's now up to 75 knots, but at 38 or 3,500 feet. New special weather statement issued for St. Clair, Macomb, and Wayne.
So these storms right here. We look at the gust front here, pretty gusty winds, pushing more so northeast here toward Port Huron, Sarnia area. And that, did you say what the winds on that were?
They are up to 50 miles per hour.
There you go. So again, as we mentioned before, we're just missing that wind shear in the right levels today to get these storms up and cranking, but still, they're still producing upwards of close to severe limit wind gusts up to 50. Now again, severe is 58 or higher. So we're just missing that severe criteria. For the most part, though, we do have a couple areas here. This is our second warning of the day, in effect for mainly Sanilac County here, as well as northern St. Clair County. Took me a second to get that.
Let me. Quick banner here. Yeah, Crosswell, you guys are still in the path of this for sure. It might skirt just to the north of you guys, but still be ready just in case you are in the warning box. Applegate in the path of this as well.
With a pocket of heavier wind here up toward Applegate, we go ahead and track this. This is just for the winds. You're likely going to get rain before this, but if we were to track this just strictly for the heavier pocket of wind here toward Applegate, at about 40 miles per hour. We're going to have Applegate in 17 minutes. So you got about 10 to 15 minutes to prepare for this storm if you live up in the Applegate area. Croswell, as Joel just mentioned, will probably skim the heaviest winds, although we could still see it try to push up toward Croswell. We're just seeing it more so move, a little bit away from you guys.
Special marine warning now.
Yep, just popped in. So if you're on the waters of Lake Huron, close to the shore of Michigan, happen to be on your boat watching us, you have a special marine warning here in effect till 6:15. Your wind gust to nearly 50 knots, which is 57 miles per hour. So basically just saying severe wind gusts are possible, as well as small hail along the lines of P to nickel size.
I'm still waiting for one of the days this summer, Ryan, when we're doing a live stream and someone's out on their boat and they have the live stream in the picture and also the storm in the picture in the background. Hasn't happened yet.
We're waiting.
Yeah.
That new scan is updated the pocket of heavier winds to be directly over East Peck Road, roughly in the vicinity.
M90.
M90, Bricker Road has a cross, as well as Hamilton Road. So M90 and Hamilton Road, that general vicinity, is where the heaviest winds are showing up on radar. It could be a little bit displaced from that east-west. It also is moving to the northeast here. So likely the pockets closing in here, I'm going to say Aitken, that general area here between Applegate and Croswell. So it is directly here in line for Applegate in the next 7 to 8 minutes. So if you live in Applegate, now's your chance to get inside, get indoors, away from windows. There is no need to take shelter in your basement or closet, nothing like that. Just be inside, away from windows, and particularly a sturdy shelter as these winds pass, because the pocket is still showing 60 to 70 mile per hour winds, which can do damage.
And for those who may have friends and family in this area, in the Applegate area, Lexington, up towards Sand Lake, feel free to share our stream with them. Got you guys covered here at MSC.
I got the wrong earpiece in.
It's a nice northeast trajectory right there. And it's embedded within the line too. So you'll get rain, that'll start first. And then all of a sudden, 5 minutes into the rain, all of a sudden it'll just get really, really windy. We have a special weather statement up in the UP now, by the way.
Yeah, I just saw it pop in.
Round two is already beginning, everybody.
Yep. I was hoping to get a break here, but perhaps not. Yeah, just a little pop-up cells there. Statement here. I'm not sure the county's on this. This is going to be a second here.
Just a quick update for the UP.
It's going to be a cross here between Marquette County, Baraga, as well as Iron counties. It's going to be kind of split between those three counties for that cell. And the hazard is going to be for winds in excess of 30 miles per hour, as well as pea-sized hail. No real townships out here, but it's near Covington Township, heading toward Highway US 141 here, just south of 28.
Baraga.
Baraga? Baraga.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Get that statement posted real quick.
So the delayed warnings are a known issue at the National Weather Service right now. So hopefully that'll help a little bit.
Ow.
We have the intervals right now are about 4 to 4.5 minutes between radar scans. So there's not much. Again, we're not much we can do other than be ready for the next scan. It's moving pretty quick, I would have to say. I think they're moving faster than 40 at this point. Could be moving up towards 45 or moving 45 miles per hour. Oh, new scan coming in.
Was there?
Yeah, new scan coming in. Should. Just a second. BR just came in, so velocity will be in just there you go. Ooh. Looks like gusted out a little bit. Still strong.
So we got a pocket down here near Brockway now. So a secondary pocket heading up toward Lexington. Not as strong, but something to watch. Got pop in the chat here. We got 11 messages here.
I'm waiting for my neighbor to stop playing Slim Shady. This is the second day in a row they pulled in playing Slim Shady. Good song.
What's up, Curtis? Good to see you in here. Yeah, we're good for a while over here, Curtis. May have a second round coming in later, but that shouldn't be too much of a concern. But if it is, we'll be here live. So this pocket of heavier wind over Aitken heading up toward Applegate. It's 50 to 60 plus mile per hour winds here. The pocket of wind looks like it's spreading out just a bit. It was a lot stronger past couple of scans, and now it still has a little bit of pocket there of 65 or so mile per hour winds, but not as strong as it was, or not as big as it was, should I say.
Those storms are really starting to fire up back off to the west now as well.
Yeah, I see that.
The I-69 corridor south of Lansing, as well as the 94 corridor between Marshall and Kalamazoo, as well as down south of Kalamazoo into St. Joseph County. Storms are starting to fire off back there. I'm gonna throw my radar up just a quick sec, just give you guys an idea.
Before you do that, Joel, got a picture in here from 10 Mile in Middle Belt in Farmington Hills. There's a gas station. It looks to be completely collapsed. It's on fire.
Where?
10 Mile and Farmington Hills.
Gotcha.
Give me a second. If you can take over, Joel, for like 2 minutes.
Yep. Yeah. So here's your line of storms stretching from Cass, Kalamazoo, Calhoun up towards Eaton County. If we loop them here, go ahead. Calling it
Joel?
a loop here. Yeah, I just saw the. Do you want me to announce that?
Not yet.
Okay. So Cass, Kalamazoo, Calhoun, Eaton, line of developing showers and thunderstorms there, with a little tiny shower behind it. Okay, sounds good. Nothing in terms of Jackson, Hillsdale, and Lenawee County, as well as Washtenaw and Livingston. So you guys are in the clear for right now. But again, storm's still firing here off to the west. It's probably still hot out there between lines of storms. What are you guys seeing out there so far? Let us know in chat. What's the temperature looking at you guys' place? It looks like it's 73 over 67 in Jackson, so that's still pretty humid. Same in Mason there, 73 over 69. And the over, we say over, is the dew points beneath it. So yeah, still very humid out there. Still a lot of moisture in the air. 70-degree dew point in Battle Creek right now, even. So it's moist out there. And storms will still be expected to fire up behind this entire swath that is on the west side of the state. Or east side of the state. Sorry. Here we go again. I need an iOS update for my brain, guys. I'm sorry. Keep saying west is east, east is west. We're human. Well, we're going to zoom back in on our severe thunderstorm warning for Crosswell area. Can't forget about you guys here. Applegate, Crosswell. Still damaging winds heading up your way. We're working behind the scenes on some damage potentially. And thank you for you guys' reports. If you guys have any more damage in the Livonia area, please let us know. Farmington Hills, Livonia area is where we're getting reports in right now from that couplet earlier.
Working on some stuff behind the scenes here, but we have reports of good damage coming out of Livonia. Likely going to have a survey out of that area to determine what that was. Nancy, we don't spam here in chat, so goodbye to you. If anybody ever tags you and says, hey, send me a friend request, block them.
Mm-hmm.
There's bots all over the place.
Also, if you're trying to send us pictures in the live stream, we won't be able to see them. So send them to our messenger or email. Our link tree is in our Facebook bio. We just got that up, so you can send it in through that. Obviously, you can't post photos on Face or YouTube, but yeah. We also are on X, or Twitter, as it was formerly known. You can tag us in photos over there as well directly. And of course, always tag the National Weather Service. If it's damage reports, definitely tag National Weather Service. Detroit, Pontiac is your weather service on the east side of the state. For those who are unaware. Ryan, we have a comment in chat. Plymouth got hard by 275, 96, 94 corridor.
Okay, I'm working on it.
I will post that in our chat probably. We're working behind the scenes right now, getting some damage reports in for you guys, so bear with us here. We have the radar pulled up for Clair County right now. Crosswell, Applegate is where the damaging winds are currently located. Heading up towards Port St. Atlantic.
I want to point out as well, down in Macomb County, there's a pocket of heavier winds here, just north of New Baltimore. Looks like crossing over. What?
Could be a little bit of a spin up there.
Yeah, something going on down here by Casco, just north of New Baltimore. So keep an eye on that as well.
Again, if you guys, new scam.
Velocity's probably not in yet.
Yeah. While we're waiting for that, if you guys are out of this current threat and you are hopping off for a little bit, feel free to like the stream on the way out. That way you can get back to it easily. It also helps other people see the streams, of course, as always. And you never know who you're helping out there with
Severe now. Severe just popped in, and that is going to be for Macomb and St. Clair.
Wow, look at that velocity signature, Casco.
Yep. So Casco needs to be inside Peters, Adair, St. Clair, Marine City. Do you want to take this, Joel, so I can post? Or
yeah, flip it over to my radar.
You got it.
I don't have that many cities, but yeah, here we go. Here's your downburst winds here. Here's your box that just popped in. Severe thunderstorm warning has been issued by Detroit, Pontiac for southern or northeastern Macomb and St. Clair, all St. Clair County and southeastern Michigan until 5:30 p.m. So it's in effect for the next hour. The text reads, at 4:31, severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from near Capac near New Baltimore to 10 miles east of St. Clair Shores, moving east at 45 miles per hour. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and nickel-sized hail are the hazard here. We scroll down, so that would be 80 or 0.88 inch size hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. It includes following highways of I-94 between mile markers 244 and 273, as well as I-69 between mile markers 173 and 199. Other locations, well, here's some times for you guys that make most sense. New Baltimore, Richmond, Algonac, Memphis, Emmett, Harson's Island around 435. Marine City at 440, St. Clair around 445, Marysville around 450, and Port Huron around 455. So it's all in the next half hour. Other locations impacted will be Anchorville, North Street, Adair, Rattle Run, Goodell's, Smith Creek, Fairhaven, Wadhams or Wadehams or something like that, Riley Center, and Fort Gratiot. For your protection, move to interior room on the lowest floor of the building. You want to treat these damaging winds as if they were, like a tornado per se. Because, again, tornadoes and damaging winds alike both bring down trees. And we don't want that tree to come through your living room while you're sitting there. So be inside, be an interior room. Power out Grosse Pointe Woods. That'd be this area, right, Ryan?
Say what? Sorry.
Grosse Pointe Woods, power out.
Grosse Pointe Woods go up to, or just Detroit near Warren, that area.
Okay,
Grosse Pointe Park, just north of Detroit.
Gotcha.
South of St. Clair Shores. Keep going right there. There you go. Nope, south. Keep going south. You had it. You had it right there.
Gotcha. Okay, so that was from earlier then.
I want to say that Casco cell looks a little suspicious.
Yeah. When you have lake influence right there. Something could easily pop up right there underneath the radar. It's at beam height of 2,500 feet. You never know. So again, treat this, as serious as you want to.
I want to say we did mention at the start of the stream today that our wind shear across the state was weak, but we do have influences such as lake breeze boundaries that can enhance wind shear. So this is close to the lake here. We could see a lake influence on these storms increasing shear, and hence why we're seeing an increase here of also some wind velocity here. I want to mention as well, we do have a new SWS up in the UP for that same storm near Covington for 30-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So if you're up in the Covington area in the UP, be inside for that storm as it moves through. All right, new velocity scan just came in.
Waiting on it.
Yeah, I got it. It's still there.
Yep, there it is. This is heading right for St. Clair, just north of Marine City at the current time. So if you guys live along the St. Clair River there, take shelter as needed. It'll be near Algonac around 435, so it should be already over you. Of course, this warning is like super big. It's all the way up and down this line. So they're expecting potentially damaging winds all up and down this line, all the way up towards Emmett and Port Huron. But we're really watching this couplet right here, just to the southwest of St. Clair, heading right for you guys there in St. Clair, and soon to be southwest Ontario. So if you know anyone just over the border, eventually Petrolia in Ontario. It's for you guys. Marysville, you guys are also included in this warning. A couple notches here that could be bowing out, so take shelter as needed. Macomb, you guys are in this warning, but you guys are behind the line at this point, so you guys should be okay if you're in Macomb. So this is basically a St. Clair County warning at this point. No tornadoes currently, but you want to treat these damaging wind couplets like it would be a tornado, and you want to seek shelter inside interior room. Still some gusty winds up here in Port Sanilac and Applegate. Hard to tell with it being 5,200 feet off the ground, the radar beam at its lowest elevation. So again, tricky to tell. So if you have a ground report there, feel free to send it in. After this line moves offshore, that's pretty much it for our severe threat, I would say, for the day. Unless this line back here can produce something, which who knows at this point. We'll keep an eye on that. But we'll focus on that when we get to it. Do we have a new scan coming in yet or no?
I'm still at 36 here.
Yeah, same.
Are we still on 4-minute scans?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can come in another 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
Yeah, so there's right now the warning boxes are popping up a little bit delayed on radar. This is a known issue behind the scenes. Not sure what's going on, but it's happening for everyone's weather apps. So we are getting we're getting notifications for the warnings. We're just not seeing them visibly on radar in time.
And they are being posted to the page as they are issued. So as soon as they get issued, they are posted immediately. So
yeah. Still waiting on an update.
That's all we can do at this point.
Yeah,
you guys go ahead.
I would say St. Clair, it's going to be pretty much on top of you in this next scan if it's moving at the pace it is. So the time is now.
Clair, Marysville, Rattle Run. If you're over on the Ontario side here, Moortown, Hawthorne, you guys need to be up in your house away from windows.
I'll put your radar up.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the new scan to pop in here. Should be any minute.
I don't know what you mean by another map showing blues and reds. You'd have to be specific. I know for other radars, they could have different color warnings. So they could have blue being special weather statement, and then a red could be a severe thunderstorm warning. But our color table is we use orange or yellow for severe, and then red would be tornado warnings, which we don't have any right now. Looks like all airport radars are now officially down at the moment.
Nice. Not really. Any minute. All right, new scan. Here we go. Perfect.
This is over Marine City. You got some roads on there?
Yeah, we can go ahead and track this. Basically, St. Clair, all of St. Clair proper. Rattle Run Road. This is going to be running close to Range Road, cross of Yankee Road here momentarily. Going up to the next crossroad here, Davis Road, as well as Range Road. Looking at this road, Allen Road, South Allen Road. Highway 94 here as well, being impacted up toward Marysville by this storm. Pocket of heavier winds, though, heading into the St. Clair area. Currently over Fred W. Moore Highway, roughly by Wadhams Road.
Isolated showers and thunderstorms tonight, Jacob. Not severe.
Pocket of heavy wind up here also by 69, just to the east of Goodell's, heading toward West Tappan, north of Kimball, heading up toward Gardendale, Ruby, Abbotsford, Atkins as well. That's about all I see here in the path of this.
From our NWS chat, we have a branch through a garage in Royal Oak.
Sounds like that general vicinity got hit pretty hard.
Mm-hmm.
What in the world was that? Hold on.
So as you can see here, guys, you have all these little notches here, damaging wind pockets. At this point, we would kind of want to say QLCSs because they do kind of produce the same damage as like a QLCS spin up. So you have like 1, 2, 3, 4 here. So again, you want to take this seriously if you live anywhere from St. Clair up towards Port Huron and even Gardendale there up towards Lakeport. Any of those notches you want to be careful about. Other than that, we still have this 3 thunderstorm warning up here north along Lake Huron. The storm is just starting to move onto the lake at this point. So that's good. We're losing our severe for the time being. But that is not the case here in St. Clair County, especially eastern St. Clair County, heading towards the border of the United States and Canada. And again, with the slow updates, it's hard to tell. You can kind of see some of the notches here, even on the base reflectivity radar. Go back a little bit. Not seeing much in terms of lofted debris either. So this is going to be pretty much probably downburst winds in there. So take it seriously. Either way, damaging winds just as damaging. Damaging winds just as bad as tornado damage. Oh yeah, if you know anybody that lives in Port Huron, this is going to be on top of them in the next 5 minutes. So let them know that. Potentially some 60, 70-mile-hour winds heading there. Doug, what do you mean by on the ground right now in St. Clair? You have to send pictures or something. That would be this notch right here. Thank you for everyone for your storm just hit. Okay, that. So it is in St. Clair as we speak. We're going to Doug here in our YouTube chat. Again, for those who are watching on Facebook, we are simultaneously live on YouTube. You can go ahead and follow our channel on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button. It's completely free. Another way to support the channel for free. We got some these couplets are really interesting looking right now. 1, 2, 3, 4 all up and down the line here, Ryan.
Yes, saw that.
So Gardendale, next 5 minutes. Port Huron, next 5 to 8 minutes. Marysville, this is on top of you in the next minute. St. Clair, this is already on top of you, as Doug says here in chat.
Yale has no power. Pretty not surprised by that at all. They're watching that 60 to 70 pocket of wind. They're moving in toward Yale. So
yeah, that would have been earlier.
Yep.
You can see that.
Working on some messages still.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened, but something slammed in my window, probably a bird. I'm going to go back and see if it was actually caught on my camera. My GoPro's in my window.
Yeah.
Because it was scared the crap out of me.
I will say, if you guys have any damage reports, please continue to send them in. We're passing them on to the National Weather Service in Detroit as they come in. They will take anything and everything that's wind damage related, or if you have, hail reports. It's not much in the way of hail out there today, but if you do have hail reports, they do also appreciate those. But we're looking for wind damage, especially here across southern and eastern St. Clair County at the current time. Obviously, wait until the storm is over to do any. But yeah, St. Clair got hit pretty bad, or is getting hit pretty bad right now in terms of damaging winds that we can see on radar. Again, this is elevated up at 3,500 feet.
And also from Livonia area as well. If you guys have damage from that area, and specifically the Livonia area, we're kind of getting a lot of reports of some interesting damage down there. We get a couple pictures in our inbox as well from that area. So if you guys have any damage from across the state in general, feel free to let us know. We can communicate that to NWS in Detroit or Grand Rapids, although I don't think anything really happened over on that side of the state. So
that damage area is going to be in between Farmington Hills and Livonia. Obviously, if you're not like close, or if you're not from the area, obviously you want to avoid it if they're doing storm cleanup.
Please avoid the areas. Lots of cleanup going on. Probably some emergency crews out there as well. There's no need to be going out and looking at damage that is outside your own property.
Yeah. Tiffany with a channel membership. Welcome to the channel, Tiffany. Appreciate your support very much. Hope you stick around here at MSC. We got you covered. Thank you again. Again, if you would like to support the channel through any financial means, you can become a channel subscriber or channel member on YouTube, of course. You get little
pinned comment, by the way.
Sorry. You get little perks, such as like little stickers. We get access to all night or the watch parties that we do for model events. But again, we'll never withhold any information from you guys. So anything that we do share with our members, we will share with you guys. Port Huron, this is going to be on top of you in the next 2 minutes. I can tell you that right now. Same thing with Gardendale, if it's not already.
New scan coming in on my end.
Howell, Fowlerville, you have a second line coming. Ryan, are you more familiar with Flat Rock?
Yeah. What about it?
They're asking, the storms of the west will impact Flat Rock later.
Flat Rock, I mean, maybe. Although right now they're not hanging out too long in terms of further south if you head towards your way. So I'd say it's probably a 50-50 chance at this point. You're good for now. There's nothing on radar close, but pay attention later on this evening. If we have more showers or storms develop, it's a possibility. And Flat Rock, if you don't know where that's at, Joel, is just south of Detroit.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I was born and raised in West Michigan, so Southeast Michigan is still something I'm learning. So making for those who don't know and haven't followed the page for too long, I'm making a 83-page booklet of city pronunciations, city locations in the state of Michigan. So I'll work on that. I'm working on that right now, but it's going to take a while. So,
hey, Joel, I want to point this out real quick.
Go for it.
Over Marysville here, getting a pocket of possibly some hail there. Check your CC on that. Okay.
You go ahead.
I got you. So this pocket here, we see these purples near Kimball and Marysville. If we check our correlation coefficient, we do have a little bit of a drop there, which could indicate some larger type of hail is falling there. And I'm sure if we check our VIL proc, you're going to see it lit up there, and it's delayed. VIL is 2 hours old. Never mind. See, we'll pop that up on the other end here. But regardless, Marysville, potentially large hail moving in. Yeah, VIL is down. I don't know what's going on with that. Anyway, Marysville, South Park areas, be prepared for some large hail with that as well.
I believe they might have just canceled the warning. Wait. 4:45. No, for Macomb, it's canceled. Obviously. Okay, here we go. I got it. Still in effect till 5:30 for St. Clair County. Still probably will be in effect till 5:30. 6 mile per hour wind gust, nickel size hail. The leading factors there.
Yeah, we're not really covering this very well, but these winds here heading into Sarnia, Port Huron are cranking too. These are upwards of 50 to 60 plus miles per hour. So if you're in Port Huron here, just got you see that pop in there, Joel?
Where?
Check your IEM bot. Just got a report via emergency management in Livonia of a reports tornado. This is an old report coming in. Just hit the IAM bot here. So we're kind of at this point concerned, not really concerned, but just trying to figure out what happened in Livonia early. We saw a little bit of a rotational couplet there. And some of the damage is lining up to be what we think could be rotational. Looks like the emergency manager report just hit the IAM page.
Yes. Yep. It's officially a tornado report from Livonia, which the environment was not supportive. Do you want to go back and take radar on that, or do you want to go back up? like back up the radar just to show you guys what we were looking at earlier. If you can, Ryan.
Yeah, I got you.
So earlier we had a little bit of we looked at it as like a downburst couplet. We were tracking on radar through Livonia, and it was kind of in the right spot for what could have been a QLCS spin up. And it appears this time that it looks like that was the case. So
rotation here would have started right here about Canton, just north of Canton here. It would increase across there. It looks like we had a little bit of a couplet there. We had these brighter greens and these weaker type of reds there. And that continues northward. So that is the area they're looking at for what appears to be a tornado that has been confirmed via emergency management. We'll see if they survey that and get an official rating. And it just popped in the screen there. And there is your report there. It says Livonia Emergency Manager reports extensive tree damage extending from Linden to Norman Street to 6 Mile and Merriman Road. That just popped in there. So we'll see if that gets confirmed officially and rated probably either tonight or I'm assuming tomorrow. But regardless, this storm, though, is luckily moving out of Michigan and onto the lakes and into Ontario. So no more worries with this, unless you're in the extreme eastern portions of southeast Michigan here. Particularly Port Huron is getting hit pretty hard right now. And that's about the only place here, maybe Lexington as well, if you're on the lake shore here by Lake Huron. But looks like we had a official tornado report here in Livonia. So
yeah, that's a good thing we were covering that because, not always are they going to be able to warn everything in time, or with 4 minutes in between scans, as we saw, it's tough to know what's going on until it's too late. So that was kind of the case today in Livonia. But again, we were tracking it here and we pointed it out as needed. So again, glad that we did. It was under a special weather statement, I think, at most, and that was it. So,
and the
always good to have a second pair of eyes.
Rotational couplet on that was fairly weak too. Didn't really catch our eye too much for the tornadic circulation. So it just goes to show you that not all tornadoes can be depicted and caught on radar. Was there a CC drop with that by chance? Did we look at that?
Back it up.
Yeah, I'm about to.
Probably should have looked at that, honestly.
Yeah, this is going to be near Livonia. This is an hour or two ago, so not current. So no worries currently.
Yes, officially, Livonia Emergency Management reports possible tornado damage here north side of Livonia, between Livonia and Farmington Hills. This was an hour ago, right?
What just happened there? All right, there we go. Not really seeing much. Well, let's take a split panel look then. We're just going to try and dive in and try and get this and see if it actually was shown on radar here. That's what we're trying to do right now.
Yeah. The severe thunderstorm warning is now over Gardendale and Port Huron here in St. Clair County. So we gave you your warning. It should be in shelter now. Lakeport, you still got like a minute, but it's on top of you. Up towards Lexington Heights and Lexington as well. You guys got a minute from this line. As Ryan continues to look at archived radar there. Anything?
There's no CC drop with this at all.
And again, that's another reason why it's hard to warn things in time, is that you don't see lofted debris at certain heights. And if it's a weak tornado, it can just be lofted, 100 feet, 200 feet off the ground. And at that point in Livonia, I think it's probably 1,500 feet off is the lowest elevation scan. So
it's fairly low, though, considering we have 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 feet places here in Michigan. So
right.
The fact it's not being depicted there doesn't, what Joel just said goes true.
Yeah. No, don't knock the National Weather Service at all. That's not their fault. It's just we have these freak things in Michigan that happen all the time. It's what we're known for, lake breezes, other kind of micro scale features that we don't usually see that pop on a mesoscale map. Those have influence on our weather, and we are forecasting no tornadoes today. And we pretty much got through all today without any tornadoes. It just happened to be that things came together at just the right time. And unfortunately, nothing lofted on radar. You can't say for sure it's a tornado, but.
Oh, look at this. Okay, this is probably old, isn't it?
Yeah, got fast forward.
It is fast forward. It's not going anywhere else.
Well, it's still old because.
There we go.
Yeah.
Perfect. So still some gustier winds here showing up, heading in toward Lakeport, North Lakeport, just north of Gardendale here, near Highway 25, about to enter Lake Huron here. So still some gustier winds here in the state.
Yeah, both severe thunderstorm warnings are still in effect here, both for Sanilac and St. Clair counties. Expected to expire by 5:30 this evening. Imagine after that should be almost good, except for this big line of storms on 69 between Lansing and Athens, which I have on my radar. I will pull that up. So this is what we're looking at here. So velocity, that's your base reflectivity. Heavy rain showers here for the evening commute south of Lansing into Holt and Eaton Rapids, heading towards Springport. Nothing in terms of damaging winds yet. I should probably pull up Grand Rapids radar for that. But from Detroit radar, at least it looks it looks definitely sub-severe at this point.
Yeah, from GR2 or from GRRS as well.
Yeah.
There's not much in the way of lightning with it either. I'm seeing on Omega here. So
Holt now heading to Eaton Rapids. Drive safe out there. You're gonna be driving right through the heaviest of that. It's pretty much straight up and down the line. Could see some small hail in there. Let us know what you're seeing if it becomes more severe, I guess. Lovely LOL. Yeah. The weather don't wait around for anybody, as we know.
yeah, check it out though. This line has exited Michigan for the most part, but now it's congealed and it's getting that little kink to it as it goes into Ontario.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like we may be escaping the worst of this line.
Yeah.
Because now it's congealed. I mean, I think I would, if I haven't Ontario here, I'd be a little bit more so concerned for some brief spin up tornadoes along that line, because they also have the lakes on both sides of Ontario here, which can influence their weather as well. So, what direction the Lansing storm's going? So, if we were to animate these, take it back to 14 frames or so, moving pretty much due east, maybe a little bit north. So we'll see if they develop into anything. Not expecting them to be severe, but a possibility there as it heads toward, we're going to say Ann Arbor, Hamburg Township, Fowlerville areas, and also some down here also by Three Rivers. Just some showers right now. Not really seeing any lightning with these. Looks like DTX is continuing the severe warning for Sanilac and St. Clair counties. So take this back here. Yeah, it looks like a pretty big wind bag there taking shape as it pushes in toward Ontario here. It's out of Michigan for the most part in terms of the wind, but we are seeing still like these little pockets, so what we call little weaker couplets here, where you have these brighter colors meeting these little darker colors here. It's not really a red and greens meeting here, but still indicative here of some potential spin. But luckily, it's out of Michigan now, so it looks like Ontario's up to bat with this.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the worst of the gust front is officially out of Michigan. So I think we're almost close to saying all clear from round one. Round two, again, with this line by Lansing, not expecting that to be severe, but still be impactful. I know people have ball games going on tonight, outdoor activities, et cetera, et cetera. So it could still disrupt those plans. And also up here in the UP, no statements in effect here, but some of these storms could very well become severe. This one does look pretty decent here over the Covington area. Looking at a few other things here like velocity, could see some heavier rain, maybe some small hail in this storm. VIL is still broken, so we can't get a hail tracker on that, but we'll come back and look at that one. But still, some severe warnings here in effect as this line pushes out of the state.
Again, if you guys are out of the coverage for now, you have to head out for dinner or whatever you guys are doing tonight. If you liked our live coverage today, again, it was only 3 or 4 severe thunderstorm warnings. Feel free to hit the like button. We do appreciate it, as always. We hope you're back for more coverage in the future. Again, we'll be here for every severe weather event for the next, forever. This is what we're here for. Cover severe weather, keep you guys informed. And we're glad we were able to do that today. So again, hit that like on the way out if you're heading out. But we still got some storms to cover from now, especially here between 94 and 96 south of Lansing.
Got a challenge for you guys. You got 500 watching us right now. We only have 918 likes. Can we get to 1,000 likes for the end of the stream? We need 80 more.
I believe that's on Facebook only.
I'm
not sure, though. This says reacts. Anyways, Port Huron, you guys are still underneath the heaviest of rain right now. You guys got about probably 5 more minutes on that. Either way, stay inside until the thunderstorm completely passes. Wait 30 minutes, of course, as always. That is the rule of thumb, as we like to say. 30 minutes, wait on lightning, and you'll be good. So it could still be storms back in here. I would not be surprised if there would be Mattis tonight out there, Ryan. Feel like it'd be a good night for it.
Alto cumulus, perhaps?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Looks like it.
Gotta love alto cumulus.
Oh, we shot up from 350 to 507 on YouTube for likes. So thank you very much, everybody. You can almost give the all clear for round 1, at least. Severe thunderstorm warning still in effect for Clair County. Still got some back-building storms in there. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts still possible. No problem, Aiden. Hope you have a good night.
Just got a report via wind damage near Port Sanilac. Report of multiple trees down across Carsonville. That was as of 4:33, so about a half hour ago with these storms here. So they got close to the lake and they really intensified is what ended up happening here.
So if you know anyone over in Plankton, Wyoming, there in Ontario, and Ipperwash Beach, feel free to let them know some gusty winds that we had here in Michigan are heading their way. We have a couple Canadian friends that follow our page over on Facebook. I think we have like 300 of them. So not sure if any of our Canadian friends are watching today, but hello from across the border. I hope you guys take those warnings seriously over there, as we have seen the brunt of it so far here in St. Clair County, as well as Wayne County in Metro Detroit. Lakes are starting to warm up. Not quite there yet, though, Freedom. And yes, liking does help the algorithm. It doesn't help the algorithm for you guys, yourselves, but it also helps other people come and see the stream that need, life-saving weather information. So any way you guys can support the page for free, appreciate it very much. Another shower and thunderstorm popping up in Clair County right now, up in Harrison. I'm going to switch over to my radar, Ryan. So got a shower here, Farwell, Harrison, Central Clair, should say southeastern Clair County, as well as up there in Tustin, Leroy, north of Reed City in Osceola County. And of course, we're watching this line of storm's kind of just march its way down 96, between 96 and 94 here in Ingham and portions of northern Calhoun into northern Jackson County. It's unclear if these storms will continue to develop down to the south, just in case you want to keep an eye on a radar tonight.
I think, Joel, we're about ready to get the all clear here for round one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was about to say, given once these warnings expire here, we do have a damage report coming in from Port Sanilac. 911 call center reports multiple trees down across Carsonville. Did you read that one off already?
Yeah, that's the one I did.
Sorry, I just realized.
You're good.
What do you think about more storms developing north Kalamazoo? Yes, there's already some developing towards Kalamazoo. We did on our timing map on our Facebook page, and I guess we posted on X as well. We made a timing start map and a timing end map because we have multiple lines of storms coming through. So that timing end map is kind of our all clear sort of time range. So for most of central West Michigan, you guys should be good by 7. So wait another 2 hours. You could still have thunderstorms popping up between now and 7 o'clock. But after 7, you guys should be good at Kalamazoo tonight. Same story over towards Battle Creek, Kalamazoo, and Battle Creek, Marshall, and Lansing, as well as up 127 towards Elma and here in Mount Pleasant. As you can see right now, though, a couple showers and thunderstorms popping up behind this line as forecasted. I will say, Ryan, I do miss when we're not able to talk to everybody anymore. some of the I guess moments of just being on here is like getting to talk to you guys in the chat, getting to shout you guys out and stuff like that. So anytime there's not weather going on, we're always like, well, we miss our followers. So that's true.
I want to mention here real quick, they did cancel the warning for St. Clair County. So only one in effect now is going to be for Sanilac.
Yes. And we have at St. Clair Haven. Did you read this one off too or no? St. Clair Haven?
No, I don't think I did.
Okay. 51 mile per hour marine thunderstorm wind report. Source Mesonet at the Lake St. Clair Metro Park. And speaking of St. Clair in general, St. Clair, you guys are out of the severe thunderstorm warning. So we can say St. Clair, you're in the all clear for round 1. Severe thunderstorm warning still in effect here, though, for Sanilac County until 5:15. So you got 5 more minutes on this one, and then it'll be good there. Still, those gusty winds moving over southern portions of Lake Huron, just off the shore of Sarnia right now. Other than that, nothing really else severe at this current time. But yeah, I was going to say, once this line gets unwarned, we'll probably cut the stream, and then we'll get a room ready, maybe just in case for round 2 later tonight. What do you think, Ryan?
Yeah.
Okay. And we know we understand it's 5 o'clock. Everyone's getting ready for dinner here. Just watch the sky, especially here in Clair County up there. I guess anywhere here in West Michigan, Central Michigan as well, because storms could fire at any given moment. But especially in short term for Ingham, Jackson, and Livingston counties here across South Central Michigan. Lots of sirens going off at the moment. Are we talking like fire trucks and stuff? Rotary Park in Livonia closed due to storm damage. Thank you, Dennis, for that report. Fire truck, maybe ambulance.
I want to say this for anybody watching who owns a business with tree removal. Please do not advertise on our page. We will block you. If you want to advertise your page to help people, either offer your service for free or partner with us via advertising to get something going. But please do not spam our page with your business offering to help people clean up their damage. We have a strict no advertising policy on our page.
This round, take out the moisture. It knocked down the dews just a tad, but they are rebounding with more sunlight behind the line, partly cloudy skies. sunny skies even in Ann Arbor and Jackson right now. So that moisture will return. We can expect that moisture to kind of dissipate here beyond 8 o'clock this evening. However, we could see a resurgence with round 2. I'm going to put it in quotation marks because round 2 is different for everyone. But the big round 2 that we were mentioning earlier is those storms in the UP that we mentioned in our timing graphic that would be crossing the UP after 7 o'clock, or I guess now through 7, 8, 9, even 10 o'clock this evening. And then it'll go on to Lake Michigan and potentially make its way onshore to Traverse City and Manistee and Leland as well later tonight.
They just canceled Sanilac, so we are all clear.
Here we go, everybody. Everybody can get up and stretch. We're officially all clear. Just a special weather statement still out there right now for those areas. I'm guessing that's going to probably be dropped here in a second because that's just issued for rain at this point.
Yeah.
But those take a little bit longer to go away. I'm going to look at my GR radar here really quick. Let's make sure I'm not missing anything in velocity. It has a little bit of a bowing segment right now, especially directly over Mason, heading down the road towards Dansville and White Oak. So watch out for gusty winds there. No special weather statement, no severe thunderstorm warning with that. But you can see that here on the radar if you zoom in super close. Whoops. Kind of a little bit of that backward C shape here. I can take the warning text off the screen too.
All right.
Yes, if you are heading out for dinner, again, hit that like on the way out. We appreciate you guys for tuning in today. How north is the next line moving? How north?
It's moving pretty much due east, maybe just a slight tad north.
Oh, it could be like how far extended north, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
We could still see pop-ups here in Montcalm, Ionia, any of these counties here across West Michigan later this evening, with the threat still being expected for just pop-up renegade showers and storms through 7 to 8 o'clock tonight. Forecasted. Is there a tornado just joined? So to kind of recap you guys today, we had about 3 or 4 severe thunderstorm warnings, mainly for Oakland County, Sanilac, and St. Clair counties, as well as Macomb, I think, was issued in one part of that one as well. We did not have any tornado warnings, but at the current time, we were tracking a thunderstorm under special weather statement that affected Livonia. And according to reports that we're getting on right now, we have a narrow swath of damage that had moved its way through Livonia on the north side of Livonia and has warranted a tornado report. Upon further surveying, of course, they will go and check that out. Probably later tonight into tomorrow is when they'll really get around to it because obviously there's still storms coming. So they can't really send their crews out yet to get surveys in. But they'll have crews out probably by tomorrow. We'll probably know by tomorrow afternoon or evening whether or not that was a tornado touchdown. If it was weak in nature. We were looking back at our CC drop on radar, and there was nothing lofted that we could tell. If anything, it was underneath the radar beam. Chess says, oh my goodness, I'm back on, and y'all are still on. Yeah. We're
about to hop off, though.
We just got rid of our last severe thunderstorm warning, and our special marine warning has just officially expired. Or special weather statement has just expired. Just kidding. We have another special weather statement in Marquette National.
I also want to say, Joel, the storm looks like it's picking up steam near Mason. South Lansing.
Yep.
Looks like the velocity there are getting pockets of 50 plus now and the winds.
Oh, yeah. That would be Grand Rapids jurisdiction, though. It doesn't look like anything too crazy from Grand Rapids radar, but from Detroit, potentially, yeah. Figured I missed the fun. It was unwarned. But again, no fault to the National Weather Service. It's not their fault for that. Again, we have crazy stuff that happens in Michigan like this, things going under the radar. When you have scans at every 4-minute intervals, it's tough to tell sometimes when things are going on, and with the beam height. It would be nice to put a radar in everyone's backyards, but unfortunately, we don't have the beams for that. I think like a cost to install and just get a radar going is like 8 digits or something like that. If you need to eat, I kind of already ate.
Yeah, so did I.
I was kind of eating here the past hour. I do got to take my cheese back downstairs, though. It's been sitting here. I've been last night. I've been going through this block of cheese slowly over the past couple of days. Fundraise for MSC radar. Yeah, if anyone wants to write us or the National Weather Service about a $20 to $30 million check, we'll go get a radar up and put it in the center of the state somewhere or something like that. It's about how much it costs, everybody. Radars aren't cheap. We'll get one of the new phased array radars that everyone's hyping about. Fundraiser for more cheese for Joel, yeah. If I don't take it downstairs soon, it's going to be moldy.
Hey, check out GRR just south of Eaton Rapids. That line is picking up some steam there.
Oh, yeah. From Detroit radar for sure. And that's not the closest one, though.
Oh, I'm on DTX, aren't I? Okay. Okay, GRR is not that impressive.
Still could expect a few gusty winds in there, though.
Gotcha.
Ingham County, north side, Jackson County.
We're getting about 5 comments a second right now on the page, so I'm trying to filter these out.
Yeah. It's a stack of cash in either. Yeah, absolutely. Radars aren't cheap. Let's see, do we have any sort of meso-low features going on in the state right now? Let's see. Not particularly.
I got a video coming in from Livonia of extensive tree damage. It's in the messenger if you want to take a look at that, Joel. I don't know if you...
If you want to copy and paste to the group chat, go for it.
Okay, I'll finish watching it here, and then I'll forward it. Luckily, not seeing much in the way of any structure damage with it, but...
Grant County, Indiana, a large wall cloud. Where's that at? Oh, right down here. South of Decatur.
I believe Caleb's on that. Oh, yeah,
Yep.
okay. Sure.
That's where it's from.
Okay.
Ryan, do you want to take radar on UP just to have it on in the background so I don't have to switch GR2?
Yeah. Do you want to hop off soon or you want to keep going?
I just want to check radar really quick up there, and then we can probably hop off.
Okay.
Yes, Julie, we have seen the IEM report. We were on that today. From Livonia. So there's your special weather statement there in Gogebeck and western Ontonagon County. Ryan loves pronouncing that.
I was waiting for you to call me out.
Yep.
Ontonagon.
No. You're gonna have people just laughing emojis in the chat here. Of course, I'm not sure how many of our UP people or people who are familiar with the UP are watching. And there's Don. But temperature profiles are rebounding quite well out there. It's 75 here in Mount Pleasant right now after it's all said and done.
The western UP is a tough area to monitor for storms because the closest radar is Marquette or Duluth, and it's in the middle of both, like probably close to 8,000 to 10,000 feet off the surface. So
Right.
it's super difficult to get an idea of what's actually happening here. What do you think, though, Jill? Are we ready to hop off?
I'm about ready, yeah.
If anything does happen to go severe again after we hop off, we will be back on here live. No worries. We'll cover it. But at this point in time, I think the storms are at a point where we're not really expecting too much more of anything to happen. Not going to rule it out and say it's the 0 chance, but definitely would think it's a pretty low chance for the evening, but we'll cover it if it happens.
Yeah, we also have a new damage report coming in last second here from St. Clair County. 911 call center and dispatch reports multiple trees and power lines down across the entire county. So probably from that Yale storm earlier and as well as southern St. Clair County with all those couplets in. Again, survey crews will be out for National Weather Service Detroit. We'll have that. Any surveying stuff that does come out, any tornado reports that do come out, we'll post them on the page. You can follow us over on Facebook and on X at MI Storm Chasers, or if you just type in Michigan Storm Chasers, you can find us either way. It's not internet specific. It's not like you have to type in the entire address. So once you type in Michigan Storm Chasers, we pop up everywhere. So, but yeah, if you guys are heading out, as always, hit that like on the way out. Or the laughing react, since Ryan mispronounced Ontonagon or whatever. No problem, Cindy. No problem, Angelia. Ontonagon, yeah, that's correct. Great sky views in Leslie right now. Curious to see those. But one last, besides what's happening in the UP, last radar check around the area is single box it here. A couple showers moving in through southern Hillsdale and into Lenawee County. Nothing strong or nothing thunderstormy, I guess you could say at that point. Ingham County getting pelted with a heavier storm right now, though. That's for certain. A couple instances of potentially some gusty winds mixing in there. Again, nothing greater than 40 miles per hour at the current time. No special alert statements out for those. So sub-severe and sub-strong. And these will also impact Livingston and northern Jackson County here in the next coming minutes, as well as skirt by the southern parts of Shiawassee County. And then, again, we have a couple showers and storms popping up here in central Michigan, heading into Gladwin and Beaverton County in Gladwin County. Showers south of Farwell, a couple showers in Osceola County as well. And outside of the radar range, there's a couple showers and storms that we can say are heading through Montmorency and Oscoda counties, as well as eastern Crawford counties, as well as up south of Rogers City. So with that being said, I think we've covered all the bases here, Ryan.
Take one last look at the cell south of Lansing. Just take one last peek at those.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we're about ready to pop off here. So if you guys enjoyed, hit the like button for us. And if anything else goes severe in the state, we'll go live between now and then. So with that being said, thank you for your support. Leave a like on your way out, and we'll see you guys next time here at Michigan Storm Chasers.
Yes. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night if we don't see you again.